Friday Night Football greetings from the Jim Landers broadcast booth at the Palace in Benton on another unseasonably warm autumn night. And it is time for Benton Fighting Panther playoff football. After last week's bye week, the Panthers begin their quest toward War Memorial Stadium with a quarterfinal matchup with the Mountain Home Bombers. The Panthers, the 2 seed and co-champions of the 6A East, finished the regular season 8-2. The Bombers, the 3 seed from the 6A West, enter tonight's game 9-2 overall, fresh off their 78-42 shellacking of Sheridan in last week's opening round playoff game. I'm Jim Gardner, joined tonight by Terry Benham, Josh Monson, and Justin Ray. Dio Vanucci is once again, as they say, on assignment, but should be arriving back in the country sometime tomorrow. Tonight's broadcast of Benton Panther football is presented by Everett Buick GMC and sponsored by Lost Pizza, Legends MVP, Hamilton Family Dentistry, Merchants and Farmers Bank, Jones Heating and Air, Alcoa Federal Credit Union, Midtown Mechanical, Neo Home Loans, Black Corley Owens and Hughes, Solex Aesthetics, the City of Benton, Elliott Electrical, Truman Ball Real Estate, Lane's Chicken Fingers, Allied Glass, First Security Bank, Riverside Grocery and Catering, Jones Heating and Air, ACDI, True Gentleman and True Boutique, Congo Fireplace and Patio, Edward Jones Agent Caitlin King, Westside Wellness, Hirschfield Insurance Agent Jason Kelly, and Vibrant Occasions Catering, as Serge and his team fed the team today. An excellent meal. The guys loved it. The coaches raved about it, and we are so grateful to Serge for all of your catering needs. Reach out to Vibrant Occasions. And, guys, it is good to be back together on this Friday night after we had a bye week last week. It's good to be back here at the Palace.
Well, listen, man, it's my favorite weekend of the fall. And you know why?
Duck season.
It's the opening of the high school football playoffs for the Benton Panthers and the opening of duck season. So a shout out to all of the duck clubs that have got us tuned in on the streaming YouTube channel, especially the Biomeda boys. And I'm looking forward to some great football.
Justin, you're not the duck hunter, you're the deer hunter, so shout out to the deer camps, huh?
That's right. Yeah, I'm more of a killer than a hunter, I think. I don't do a great job of the hunting part. No, when I look around the stadium, it kind of brings goosebumps to my arm. You know, a lot of people with the time change, you know, it gets dark early, and for me, it just makes those Friday night lights shine a little bit brighter. And, you know, just looking out at the field and the stadium, it's just – I feel blessed, you know, to be here to be here and watch these guys compete for their last time, right, as seniors. So I just feel honored to be here.
Yep. I remember one time telling Coach Nethery, I don't like the time change. It's weird when you warm up at 5:30 and it's plumb dark. He said, no, don't ever think that. That means it's playoff season.
That's exactly right.
So it is playoff season, and as we continue the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show, let's look at the quarterfinal round matchups tonight, and we'll get Justin and Terry's input. Mountain Home is here at Benton, and Jonesboro is at Greenwood on one half of the bracket. The other half, Marion at Sylvan Hills and El Dorado at Shiloh Christian. There's 6A East teams in every one of those ball games. The East really showed themselves well last week, Justin.
They did, you know, and looking at these matchups, you have the Jonesboro-Greenwood. I know that's a game that the Greenwood's been wanting to have for a long time. You can correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not 100% on this, but I think this may be the first time ever Jonesboro's traveled to Greenwood.
It is.
And played. Then looking at the Marion Sylvan Hills, that's a matchup from week 1 of conference, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that was that's Sylvan Hills' only loss. So they're playing at Sylvan, kind of redemption time for them. That's going to be an exciting one to watch. And then the El Dorado-Shiloh game is a very interesting matchup. I think El Dorado is a team that continues to improve week in and week out. I feel like they've finally found their identity on offense and defense. So that's another one to watch. Shiloh's a tough game, tough opponent, especially at home, but that's going to be one that it wouldn't shock me if it's close in the fourth quarter.
So Brad told me, Terry, that when they had their post-regular season 6A East coaches meeting, Lance Clark, the head coach at Marion, was elated with their draw. That if they could get by Van Buren, they've already beaten Sylvan Hills once. And it's going to be interesting to see how that game shakes out tonight.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you look at the two brackets, Benton is clearly in the stronger bracket. And, you know, it will be really interesting to watch the Marion-Sylvan Hills game. I even circled that one, you know, on the calendar because I really think that could be a real critical game to who plays for the state championship.
Absolutely. So we'll keep an eye on all these games tonight. And the reason that we're where we are tonight is courtesy of last week's opening round games. Mountain Home just shredded Sheridan's defense last week. It was a mismatch from the get-go, 78-42. Jonesboro won a really good ball game over Fort Smith Southside, 42-34. Marion and Van Buren was, to me, the game of the night last week. That game was so much fun to watch as Marion scored twice in the fourth quarter to come from behind and win 32-29. And El Dorado pretty comfortably over Lake Hamilton last week, 28-10. You guys watch football last Friday night?
I did.
Which one? Did you kind of bounce around, Justin?
Around, yeah. Grady is a whiz when it comes to the YouTube and finding all the games for me. So I usually watch one and I let Grady kind of bounce around and tell me the scores and updates. But I was tuned into the Sheridan Mountain Home game.
Yeah, and I watched it till halftime, and it was over at that point. Went over and watched the rest of Marion Van Buren. Terry, did you get a chance last week?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch it streaming, but I was constantly distracted on my phone kind of keeping up with the scores.
Yeah. It's that time of year.
Yeah, it is.
Tonight in Saline County, the lights are illuminated at Bryant as well as the Fayetteville Purple Dogs visit the Hornets. I'm not sure Fayetteville is up to standard of past, but there have been some knockdown dragouts between Bryant and the Bulldogs in playoffs past, Justin.
Yeah, there's one thing that you can always count on Fayetteville is they're going to have an offense.
Yeah.
They're going to be able to score. They do a phenomenal job up there in Fayetteville. Their coaching staff, they're all offensive-minded coaches, and they're going to find a way to put points on Bryant's defense. It's for how long, right? I mean, Bryant's defense is incredible. Their special teams, that's the way they've won, you know, I think 6 state championships. Special teams and defense, right? So that's a game that I feel like is going to be a fairly competitive one until halftime, and then the athleticism and depth of Bryant's roster, I think, is going to take over in the second half.
Atkins, the Red Devils, they should be the Pickles. I don't know why their mascot in the Pickles, but Atkins is at Glen Rose tonight, Terry. So the lights on in 3 stadiums in Saline County.
Yeah, and I know all of our friends, Jason Kelly included, that are big Glen Rose fans are really excited about this game, excited about this Glen Rose team, number 1 seed. And tonight they've got a big, tough game because I think Atkins has got a really good football team. But I think Glen Rose is up for the challenge, and they're going to move on.
And one game that's missing there, and that is my fault, Bauxite is at Little Rock Mills tonight, a very short trek up to Dixon Road to take on the Comets and Hootens. And I heard Kevin Bohannon today on the Buzz. They're all picking Bauxite to go on the road and win.
You know, Bauxite won last week 28-26, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's right.
But Mills barely squeaked one out. I think at the very end they found a way to score a touchdown to win against a 4 seed. I don't remember.
West Helena.
Was it West Helena? Mm-hmm. But they were a 4 seed. I think this is going to be a game that I would like to live stream right here while we're watching this one. So now I'm pulling for my Bauxite Miners over there and those coaches and the coaching staff.
So from the Jim Landers broadcast booth, we say go Panthers, go Hornets, go Beavers, and go Miners tonight. We're going to take our first commercial break, and when we come back, you'll hear Brad Harris's thoughts on our big quarterfinal matchup between Benton and the Mountain Home Bombers on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday night football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years, our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
Elliott Electrical Incorporated is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football, owned and operated by proud residents of Saline County. Elliott Electrical Incorporated is licensed in 16 states and counting, specializing in new commercial electrical contracting. We bring decades of experience and dedication that has allowed us to serve many communities for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show, joined by Coach Brad Harris. And man, with no lost pizza this week, it's kind of odd being back here in the complex.
Yeah, it's been a while since we stood in the hallway and done one, so really enjoy lost pizza. It's a great time, but always enjoy getting together and talking pregame football. No, it's game time almost.
I remember one time talking to Coach Nethery and sort of complaining about the time change and it getting dark at 5 o'clock and warming up in the dark. And he said, no, that's playoff time. That's playoff time. So it's playoff time now. Are the Panthers ready?
Yes, and I think a lot of that, like Coach Nethery said, I don't like it getting dark early, but it seems like, man, it's football season. Whenever it gets a little darker, you're warming up, and it's on pregame and everything on a Friday night, and it's dark, sun's not shining, and it's cooled off a little bit. Now it's been pretty warm this week at practice and everything, but it's going to be a great night tomorrow night, and we're excited about it. We're ready to play after a bye week and everything. Had a couple extra practices in there, and you can tell the guys are ready to get after it.
The Mountain Home Bombers come to town, and this is a very good team, 9-2. Very run-heavy, though. They average 261 on the ground. Talk about their offense and what to expect.
Well, everything runs through their quarterback and running back. Their quarterback number 7, Brantley Phillips, and then their running back, Barrett Miller. 2 really good players for them. I think Miller is approaching 2,000 yards on the year, and Phillips is probably not very far behind him, probably about 1,000 yards, I think, rushing the football. That's pretty big time for a quarterback, and he's a big kid, man. He's 6'4", 200, and then Miller's 5'9", 190. They're tough kids. They run the football very tough. Their offensive line does a really good job. They run some option game, and it's not the typical what you think option game, but it's a lot of spread option with some power read, little counter read action, zone read, and they're trying to keep the ball in their playmakers' hands as much as possible. So their offense is going to run through them, and we know we're going to have our hands full. They run the ball very tough, and that's going to put a lot on our defensive play. Our defensive box play is going to have to be really good. We're going to do a great job of tackling 2 big backs.
On the other side of the ball, defensively, they align in sort of a mirror image of what the PDC does.
Yeah, very similar style of defense, very similar style of players, actually. Not as big on defense, run to the football really well, aggressive. They play a little bit of a 5-shell defense, which is like a cover 3, soft coverage, and then they'll get up in you and play some man free, very similar to like what we've done this year, but very similar. So it's been good this week. We show a lot of the same stuff that we typically do to give our one offense a really good look, and we've done a little bit of good on good this week and over the bye week just to kind of get a little bit better looks, and it's been good for us this week. But like I said, the guys are ready to play, and I know we got a really good team coming in here, and Coach Airy has done a tremendous job since 2020 when he took over the program, and they've been been in the playoffs. I think they won a playoff game every year, got to the semis last year for the first time. So their expectation is to win a football game. You know, they're not coming down here to play the Benton Panthers and just give us a semifinal, trip. But it's going to be a tough ball game for us.
In terms of evenly matched teams, and I would say these two teams are fairly evenly matched on paper and just the eyeball test, sometimes special teams makes a difference, and I know that's something you've got to feel good about.
Oh, for sure. I look at this game, and it could come down to who plays the best, very evenly matched teams. And I really like our advantage on special teams. Gabe has done a tremendous job with kickoffs. Ball's not traveling quite as well as it did earlier in the year, but I think we're going to have a good warm night. Hopefully it does well. That's been huge for us. Miller's one of their deep guys, and then Cameron Schultz, I think is his name, number 14, the backup running back. They've had a couple of kickoff returns for touchdowns this year. So if we can, we want that touchback, and Wilbur's done a tremendous job with that. And then he also, I think he's 10 of 11 or 10 of 12 on field goals with a long of 49. So we really like that advantage. And then I'm telling you, Dawson Daves is coming on as a punter for us, and he had a couple big punts against Marion to help flip the field and everything. Our coverage units are playing real well right now, so it could come down to a special team score, special team stop, and I like what we're doing right now with those guys.
So give me a couple of keys to victory over Mountain Home.
Well, I kind of say this a lot, but man, I tell you that the box play is going to be huge this week. Our defensive front has to do a really good job of controlling 5 and 7. I don't think you stop them, you don't shut them down, you just control them and limit the damage that they do. You can't let them go out and get 260, 300 yards rushing. That's what they want to do. But on the other hand, we also can't give up that big play, pass play. We've got to make them earn everything. So I think the box play up front is going to be huge as far as the run defense, but also putting some pressure on the quarterback, so he don't have time to throw the football. And then offensive line-wise, we've really got to dictate the line of scrimmage on offense to be able to run the football a little bit, but to protect Drew. The games that we haven't been successful in, we didn't protect him very well. Last week against Marion, they did a really good job of exposing us up front, and Drew was all over the place, but we was fortunate enough to make some big plays still. This week, we don't need to depend on that big play. We need to be able to protect him, keep him clean, let him do his thing.
So we watch the ball and we watch skill players, but you say the trenches on both sides are the key.
Yes, sir. That's kind of how I look at it every week. One of the first things I do is when I put film on and start watching is what does their offensive line play like and what does their defensive line look like. Then you're going to pick out their players. But how good are they up front? How creative are we going to have to be in blocking schemes? How creative are we going to have to be in moving the front, disguising the blitz, things like that? So they've got some tremendous athletes in 5, 7. Number 2, the receiver plays DB also for them. They got some really good skill guys. Offensive line and defensive line is what I look at though the most really.
So, Coach, we wish you the best of luck. It's kind of a tradition around here to practice Thanksgiving week, and we're one win away from that happening again. So good luck to you and the guys.
Appreciate it, Jim. Thank you very much.
Coach Brad Harris's thoughts on the game tonight with Mountain Home. We'll step aside and take a break and come back. Justin and Terry will rejoin me on the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Saline County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
Tonight's game is fueled by Lane's Chicken Fingers, your local spot for crispy hand-breaded chicken, house-made sauces, and hand-spun milkshakes. Lane's has been serving up finger-licking greatness since 1994 and is now proud to call Benton home. Whether you're celebrating a win or feeding the team, Lane's is just around the corner. Visit us today at 2110 Highway 5 North, right behind Kroger in Benton.
Is there anything more exciting on Friday nights than taking the field in front of your hometown fans? One of the most rewarding things about football is working with your team to move the ball across the goal line. My favorite part about football, though, is playing on a team. And when it comes to that, when it comes time to buy or refinance, you've got the team at Neo Home Loans to help you get across the goal line.
Merchants and Farmers Bank has become the local choice for many Panther, Hornet, and Saline County fans. The bank has local owners, local board members, and makes local decisions with senior management who live in Saline County. They are truly small bank friendly with big bank products and services focused on Saline County. Drop by the Benton branch at 146 West South Street in downtown Benton or the Bryant branch at the corner of Highway 5 and Spring Hill Road and talk to their friendly team members. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Welcome back to the Everett Buick GMC Panther pregame show. Big hello to our buddy Mickey Duval, the voice of the Russellville Cyclones. He's got us on the big screen tonight in Pope County, so appreciate that, Mickey. History of the series as the Panthers and Bombers meet for the fourth time all-time. Benton has won all three previous matchups. 42-21 in the 2016 first round of the playoffs, Justin. I know you remember that one because the next week we went to Jonesboro and won one of the biggest games in the Brad Harris era, but maybe lost, and that was that win against Mountain Home here that got it started.
Yeah, that game was a very important game. It was a tough game, close game in the first half. This was my first year being the offense coordinator for the Benton Panthers, was 2016, and the play that highlighted the entire game was Braden Harris. I put him at the heavy back situation, and he broke a tackle and went up the right sideline, and that broke the game wide open, put us up 2 touchdowns, and we never looked back.
And then in 2020 and 2021, the Panthers and Bombers were in conference play together, and Benton won both of those games comfortably. But it's not the same Mountain Home team we've seen in the 3 previous meetings. They're now led by a Hall of Fame coach in Steve Airy that retired in Missouri, moved over the state line, and has breathed incredible life into the Mountain Home football program. When we look at the Panther offense against the Bomber defense tonight, Justin, you're our offensive guru, and in a lot of ways, Mountain Home's going to present a defense that's a mirror image to the PDC.
You know, when I look at it, Jim, we've been pretty creative, and Brad's evolved this defense over the course of the last decade or more. They really remind me of an old school Brad Harris defense. They don't like to break the stack very often. That was kind of one of our key elements to defense early in the Brad Harris defensive days. We're going to see a lot of one high cover 3, inverted cover 3. They're going to play some games, but I think that puts our speed at an advantage, right? They're going to have to play zone. They're playing in space, and when that happens, you can really present a lot of one-on-one matchups, and I feel like we can win those tonight.
So when Benton has the ball, keep an eye on these players. Drew Davis for the Panthers on offense at quarterback. He has 3,106 total yards and 45 touchdowns. Will Carter and Poot Collett, the dual threat at receiver. Will has a chance to go over 1,000 yards tonight and has a chance to break Drew Harris's single-season record with receiving touchdowns. He can tie it with 1, break it with 2.
Well, I think that 1-2 punch is very, very difficult on most defenses. I mean, they've combined for 105 receptions for 1,600 yards this season and 24 touchdowns. I believe Will Carter is going to go over the 1,000-yard mark, and let's not forget that he didn't really start his campaign until week 3, week 4, and so I'm excited to watch those two.
For sure. The Mountain Home defenders to keep an eye on. Their middle linebacker is Blake Vaco, number 25. Caden Del Soto is the weak side linebacker. And Coach Harris says he watching them on film, they're kind of a Nick Wright sort of build. So keep an eye on them. Their bandit is Hunter Estes, number 1. He's 6'2", 190 pounds, a senior, and very good on the back end of that Bomber defense. When the Panthers are on defense tonight and Mountain Home has the football, Terry, this is a run-heavy Mountain Home team. They want to run first with their running back number 5, Miller, and their quarterback number 7, Phillips.
Well, it's a good old-fashioned ground attack for sure. I mean, Miller's like just a few yards short, I think about 60 yards short of 2,000-yard season, which I don't care who you're playing for. That's quite a season. And you will see them look at our safeties quite a bit and wait for them to cheat down, and then that's when they'll try to go up with a pass. In their most passes for in one game, it was 26, which is not a lot, and they were fighting from behind. So I mean, I'm looking for them to line up and try to move the line of scrimmage on us, which is why I think the defensive line is really the key to the game.
And Carson Conyers is going to be a big key tonight playing DN. You'll see him slide down to nose tonight and try to really plug the middle up for the PDC. As we go to our True Gentleman Picks to Click tonight, man, the season scoreboard is tight. And it's so tight that Dio checked in from Italy with his picks. He didn't want to pawn that off on anybody. So, Justin, you got first pick tonight.
Yeah, on offense, I'm going Will Carter. I didn't get the first pick this time, so I couldn't go Drew. But Will is a very capable young man. He's going to break some records tonight. I think he's going to surpass Drew Harris, his offensive coordinator, for most receiving touchdowns in a season. He's going to surpass the 1,000-yard mark. He's going to have a great night. He's going to have to for us to win this game. Defensively, Weston Monson, he's kind of been our bell cow, I think, this year. He's all over the field. He covers the entire field laterally, long, lean. I'm excited to watch this kid play another football game tonight.
Terry?
Well, I agree with Justin that Will Carter's going to have a really big night, and the guy throwing him the football is Drew Davis, and that's my pick. And also Antonio Shelton. I think that he's going to do some unique things on the outside. I'm excited to watch him go head-to-head with Miller, and I'm excited to watch that.
All right, and as we go to Dio's picks, he went with Poot on offense and Bryson Mattia on defense. And we've seen Mattia at middle linebacker. We've seen him walk down to an outside backer. We've seen him line up at DN. So he's going to have a chance to move around, and it's going to be critical tonight in stopping that 1-2 punch for Mountain Home running the football. Time for our Westside Wellness keys to victory tonight. And for Dio on defense, the Panthers have got to win in the trenches tonight.
Absolutely.
Against a run-first team. You're really going to need Carson Conyers, Avian Beard, Drake Woodard, Connor Stevens, Noah Robertson to really step up defensively, Terry, and win that line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. I think that's going to be the key to the game out of the three keys. Justin?
Yeah, my key to the game is give Drew Davis the football and let him put – I'm sorry, let's start over. Give Drew the keys to the Cadillac and let him put some spinners on it, man. Let him upgrade this offense. I think the more times he can touch it, the more we're going to enhance what we can do offensively, and he is going to be the key to what we do, not only offensively, but how we're going to win this football game. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter how many points the opposing team score. It's going to be on the offense to score one more than them, and I think that's what we may have to do tonight.
You know, that's what my buddy Shane Clancy always says. I'll send him a good luck text, and he'll say, as long as we score one more point than the opponent.
That's all. That's the name of the game.
All right, Terry, what's your overall key to victory tonight?
Well, look, I think our fans are in for a treat. I think this is going to be a game that's going to have us on the edge of our seats. And anytime you have two really good teams going head-to-head, the key to the game can be playing clean and playing smart. I think we've got to play clean. We can't have a bunch of penalties tonight. We can't have turnovers tonight. We've got to be smart, be disciplined, and keep the game in front of us.
It's going to be a fun game because I think in some ways, other than Mountain Home being run-heavy and Benton being pass-heavy, in terms of discipline, guys being where they're supposed to be, being well-coached, this is going to be a good matchup, Justin.
It's a great matchup, and if I'm Mountain Home, what I'm going to do offensively is slow everything down. Right? They're ball control, run-heavy. Their quarterback has or close to 1,000 yards rushing as well. Their offense is over 3,000 yards rushing on the season. If they slow it down and minimize the possessions, it's going to be a really close ball game.
As the Panthers come onto the field through the smoke provided by Independent Fire Extinguisher Sales and Service, they've been well fed by Surge and Vibrant Occasions Catering. And Brad Harris, in his 10th year as the head coach of the Benton Panthers, 86-32, a 73% winning percentage. He's 10-8 in playoff games in his tenure. And the Panthers have been to the semifinal round just in 6 of the 9 years under Brad, trying to make it 7 out of 10 tonight.
That's pretty impressive. Yeah, and that's what we always say at the beginning of every season. You know, that our goal is to make it to Thanksgiving, and let's see what happens after that. And we've done that more times than not.
And there's nothing we would love more on Black Friday, Terry, than to go to Greenwood next week, right?
Absolutely. It is going to make for a very long road trip, but that's a game that I've kind of hoped that would happen. And so I'm excited for us to get that opportunity, but we got some business to take care of tonight.
It's 65 degrees. There is no wind. Unseasonably comfortable for a quarterfinal playoff game. Mountain Home will kick off. Isaac Ballard is the kicker. Back deep to receive for Benton is C.J. Sellers and Cordy Anderson, and we are underway, and they're going to keep it away from the deep men. JCB picks it up and returns it over the 35. He spilled down at the 38, and that's where Benton will have it. 1st and 10, led by quarterback Drew Davis. He's a 6'2", 200-pound senior. He's a commit to Southern Arkansas University, completes 68% of his passes for 2,732 yards, 33 touchdowns on the season. Gunnar Deaton will be in the backfield with him. The receivers are Will Carter, Pook Collett, Easton Snellings, and John Curtis Barger. The offensive line, Madison Hurd, Jaron Ginther, Sam Harris, Barrett Pettit, and Garrett Pilkington. So we are ready to go as Drew Davis drops back. He throws, and unable to hold on to it is Will Carter at midfield. Will got an offer on Wednesday from Southern Arkansas University and Coach Brad Smiley. And you know Will shake that off and come right back and get the next one. 2nd down and 10.
Yeah, it's not like Will. It's uncharacteristic. That was a hard ball to catch, but he typically comes down with that. One thing that I saw, though, we made them break the stack when we went empty. I'm looking for maybe a quarterback draw or quarterback run game in the future.
So Will goes in motion, handoff to Deaton running right, and Gunner is going to be wrapped up short of the 40, gain of 1, and it'll be 3rd and 9 Panthers.
Boy, they did a great job of collapsing the line of scrimmage that time. Gunner really didn't have any place to run.
3rd down 8.
Setting up a long 3rd down.
Ford Coleman, number 44, the defensive end of the near side, was injured last week. His status was uncertain, but he is starting tonight for Mountain Home. Throw wide open in the window, making the catch into Mountain Home territory is Easton Snellings, and that'll be 1st down Panthers.
Yeah, that was a good throw, Justin. He had 2 wide open receivers right there, and he got the ball to number 4.
Yeah, I'm going to tell you what I'm seeing right now. Every time we go empty, they're very passive. They're controlling the B gaps and A gaps with their 3 interior linemen, but they're dropping everybody else, giving Drew plenty of time to find a receiver.
So 1st and 10 Panthers at the Bomber 44. Drew drops back. He's looking. He throws. Wide open. Snellings underneath. Easton makes a man miss and is loose in the secondary down to the Mountain Home 27. It's a gain of 17 and another Panther 1st down.
I believe on the Sports Center they would say, whoop! What a great move by Easton.
Back-to-back 17-yard receptions for the sophomore, and Benton 1st down and 10 at the Bomber 27-yard line. As Deaton will be in the backfield in the sidecar to the left of quarterback Drew Davis. Trips to the near side. Drew looking that way, going to swing it out to Deaton. Deaton gets the edge and is going to be forced out of bounds at the 19-yard line. That's an 8. Well, they're going to mark it at the 27-yard gain, 2nd and 3.
Justin, you've coached a lot of quarterbacks. That's about as good a throw as you can make on that play.
Yeah, it was a check down. We were running a mesh concept with a 3-vert sit down, and they all bailed out, and the quarterback was very disciplined to just swing it out and take what the defense gave him. Very good.
Big hello to Benji White watching on the banks of the Washita River tonight. 2nd down for the Panthers. Drew on the quarterback draw. Touchdown! Drew Davis untouched to the end zone. That's his 13th rushing touchdown of the season. And the Panthers in 1:48 have drawn first blood.
Well, Coach Ray called it. He said that they were giving that look and for us to look for that quarterback draw, and there it was.
There it was, yeah. They ended up going man that time, and they brought more than we could block, but they weren't gap sound, and we were able to use their aggressiveness against them. Well-timed call.
Absolutely. Gabe Wilbur on for the PAT. Perfect snap from Cason Wright. Perfect hold from Easton Snellings, and Wilbur drills it as the cannon fires, and the Panthers are up 7-0 with 10:12 to go in the first quarter. Your Edward Jones agent Caitlin King drive summary: 6 plays, 62 yards in 1:48. And as we go down to Josh Monson on the sideline for the first time tonight, Josh, after a bye week, you couldn't start better.
No, I tell you what, a lot of energy down here, a lot of adrenaline. Man, I had a great vantage point for that play right there, and the seas parted for Drew.
Yes.
It was a fantastically executed play there.
Yeah, outside of the first two plays, every play was a chunk play after that.
Yes.
We were explosive. We looked very good. And I feel like we're going to do that the rest of the night. I'm really excited to see what I'm about to witness from this Mountain Home offense. This is going to give us a real, look at how this game is going to go.
As Gabe Wilbur kicks a screwball that's fielded by Barrett Miller, and he is going to be dumped short of the 20-yard line as the Panther kick coverage outstanding, and Mountain Home will put it in play at the 17. The starters tonight for Benton defensively: Carson Conyers, Avian Beard, and Connor Stevens up front. Bryson Mattia, Weston Monson, and Antonio Shelton, the linebackers. Logan Hipskin is the spur. Trey Stewart, Messiah Holloway, the corners. Cordy Anderson, the bandit, and Cordell Payne, the free safety. First down for Mountain Home out of the pistol. They hand it off to Miller, and Miller's going to pick his way for 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6.
That was a good job by Avian Beard kind of collapsing in on that.
Conyers. Gain of 4, 2nd down, 6.
2nd down and 6 for the Bombers at the 21-yard line. As they bring a man in motion, Phillips bobbles the snap, and Conyers is going to hog-tie Miller running behind his left tackle at the 23, a gain of 2, and it'll be 3rd down and 4.
One thing I think we're going to have to do a great job, defensive line, is not run upfield. We need to stay lateral all night.
There's Carson, a little over anxious that time, going to give Mountain Home 5 free yards as Drake Woodard is going to replace him.
5-yard penalty.
And that'll be a first down for Mountain Home via penalty.
Yeah, lack of discipline on that play. We got to watch the football, especially on 3rd down, right? All downs, but you know what's coming on 3rd.
So primarily a single back offense here from the Bombers. Phillips going to drop back to pass. He's pressured. He's sacked. Antonio Shelton going to get credited with the sack.
Perfect form tackle too. My goodness, that may be. You may want to write that one down for the hit of the game.
Yeah, that was a well executed play, and I love the rotation that he had that time to fall into that run lane.
2nd and 13 following the sack of Phillips. They're going to run the option to the left. Phillips, wow, he made Connor Stevens miss, and Phillips shows some wheels. Brantley Phillips takes it to the house, 75 yards. As the speed option to the left, he reverse field, made a great move on Connor Stevens and outran the Benton defense.
Yeah, I think, when you really dial everything up right there, it's just lack of discipline. On the backside, you're always looking, we called it, BCR, backside reverse cutback. That's something that the backside guy has to be in slow play mode, right? And Connor, very aggressive, probably should have stayed square right there. And then obviously the the offsides penalty really cost us. But you saw the speed.
Yeah.
Right? That way, he was a lot faster than I thought he was going to be. He really stretched it and kind of ran away from our defense.
Well, last week he rushed 9 times for 132 yards.
The hold and the kick by Ballard is good, and so the offense, as Jeff Roberts said, first one to 60 wins. Woo. We're not even 4 minutes in, and both offenses with big plays. And Mountain Home has tied it. Josh, you had a bird's eye view of that one, and man, Phillips, impressed with his speed.
Yeah, he is. I got to tell you, he's faster in life than he is on film. So that was quick. And Justin's right. Man, we got it. You're going to have to watch that backside because my guess is he's going to be looking for that one again.
Isaac Ballard to kick off.
4-play, 83-yard scoring drive for Mountain Home. And we are knotted at 7 with 8:31 to go in the first quarter. Brought to you tonight by Alcoa Community Federal Credit Union. Steve Brown and his crew down there do a wonderful job, and we appreciate their support of Benton Panther football. As the kickoff going to be fielded at the 5-yard line by C.J. Sellers. He's going to return it over the 25. That's a nice return to the 28. And that's where Benton will set up shop for their second possession tonight, all tied at 7.
Sellers was 1 block away, I think, from creasing that. That's something to watch here. You know, as this game goes, if this is high scoring, I'd be willing to bet that he's gonna pop one off here before the night's over.
So the Panthers with 2 men in the backfield. We see Murdoch and Poot. Poot going to get the carry. Murdoch with a block on the edge. Bellamy is going to make the tackle on Carson Collett. Carson came in with 9 carries on the season for 45 yards, so a little wrinkle there from Drew Harris and the offense. Gains 3, 2nd and 7.
Yeah, it's a great first down play, you know, getting in front of the chains. I would like to see Murdoch get the outside tip of that outside backer, though. That would have made the run pop.
2nd and 7. Drew steps up into the pocket, going deep for Will Carter. Comes back to the ball, can't make the catch, but a penalty and a flag going to be thrown against Hunter Estes for interference. And Benton's going to pick up 15 free yards and a first down.
Well, Estes drew the tough coverage, and he was beat deep. The problem for him was the ball was a little underthrown, and the pass interference wasn't really necessary, but they caught him anyways. It's going to be a first down Panthers.
And sometimes that underthrown deep ball,
more times than not, turns out to be pass interference. I'm going to tell you one thing I'm super impressed with. I know it's very early in the game, but our pass protection so far has been outstanding. Our offensive line is doing a great job of picking up their interior defensive linemen tonight.
So Mountain Home brings additional defenders down to the line. Drew fakes to Murdoch. He's going to go deep for Poot. Poot! Oh, he laid out and couldn't hold on to it as he had gotten separation from Carter Atkins. Incomplete at 2nd and 10.
That's a very well-designed play. We brought a tight end in the game to force their safety down into the box to give Poot a one-on-one with number 2. God, we had that. That was a good throw and almost a phenomenal catch.
Carter Atkins is their leading receiver. Mountain Home does play a lot of guys both ways, and I know part of the thinking is let's get into their legs, make them run. It's Drew going to drop back again.
Got him.
Steps up, throwing deep. Will Carter wide open.
Let's go!
Touchdown! Drew Davis to Will Carter, 54 yards, and Drew and Will hook up for the 16th time to tie Drew Harris's all-time receiving touchdown record in a season.
That 1-2 punch. They had number 2 deep on the previous play, and this time they went to number 1, and he was wide open for a big, big touchdown.
Guys, I wish we could have highlighted and watched his release. He put that corner on roller skates and burnt it. That was one of the most impressive routes that I've seen him run, and he is the best route runner that I've ever coached, and that was exactly what just happened on that play. And the beautiful pass, obviously, by Drew. But, I'm going to go back and highlight this offensive line right now. If they're going to continue to block like this, we don't need to run the football again. We need to put the ball in the air every single play. Drew, he has all the time in the world.
Yeah.
All the time. And if you give our receivers 3 to 5 seconds and that quarterback that long, we're going to find success.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to go down to Drew Harris here in a minute and tell him to not run the football again. How about that?
He needs to keep running the ball.
Hey, Josh, I want you to weigh in because the mayor just texted me and said he's got all night to throw. What a job by the O-line. Let's give them the love they deserve.
Way to go, Mayor.
Yeah, they are. I mean, it's funny. One of the things I've been watching so far is that number 44 down here with Big Hurd. And, Hurd's been doing a heck of a nice job because, that boy's a good player, that number 44. He's solid. And the O-line really is working. That plus that opening of the C's on that run, man, they're getting it done early.
Kudos to Jason Gentry's bunch, those hog mollies, right, Josh?
Right, the hog mollies are eating right now.
Yeah, absolutely. So Wilbur's kickoff went into the end zone for a touchback. It's 1st down and 10, Mountain Home at the 20, and they go to Miller on the ground. He bounced outside, cut it back to the center of the line, and Antonio Shelton was waiting on him for no gain.
Boy, that's the discipline we were talking about. You see how he broke down on that? Was not going to allow him to get outside. Excellent defense.
If our D-line plays flat and lets our linebackers run and fit, we're going to have a lot of success against this offense.
It's Mattia and Conyers on the ends. Beard is at the nose. 2nd down and 10, Mountain Home. So they fake to Miller. Phillips going to air it out, looking for Dotson. It's incomplete as Messiah Holloway was with him step for step, and Messiah got a big pat on the back from his D-back coach, Ryan Forte.
Well, he should have. I mean, that was excellent coverage. He was running step for step the whole way and then got his head turned at the very last. That's textbook coverage.
Absolutely. Another technique that he did, he squeezed the receiver all the way to the boundary line so the quarterback had nowhere to put the football.
3rd down and 10, Mountain Home going to go with the underneath screen. Atkins makes the catch and is going to be stopped at the 27. Short of the 1st down, it'll be 4th down. We'll see what Steve Airy decides to do. 4th down and 2.
4th down 2.
Boy, this is a risky play if he's going to do anything but punt.
And
Looks like they're bringing the punting team out.
They are. The deep snapper is Saxton Bodenheimer, a sophomore. Brantley Phillips. The quarterback is the punter. So you got to be careful here with the quarterback punting. It's a low snap. Phillips is going to kick it away extremely high. What hang time?
I think
goes right out of bounds.
That was an impressive punt.
I think we know why he's the punter.
Absolutely. That may be what he does at the next level.
Yeah.
That was a very strong leg.
Josh, that's the best punt I think we've seen all year.
Yeah, that had some serious hang time, for real.
So you got a defensive stop here, Justin. The offense has been clicking, and you have a chance halfway through the 1st quarter to add to the lead as Benton takes over at their own 30-yard line. 6 minutes exactly to go in the 1st. Drew going to roll out. He's being pressured. He reverses field, looks back, sets his feet, and throws underneath wide of Easton Snelling's incomplete.
I really would have liked to see the receivers break their routes off and find the quarterback right there. Drew did a great job of reversing fields, finding some green, but he didn't have any receivers that were working back to the open area. One thing I did see, though, is any kind of throwback screen is going to be there with the pursuit, especially of the defensive end, number 11.
How about the job by Hurd that time?
It's Mountain Home showing blitz. They're overpopulating the line of scrimmage. They've moved Ford Coleman, the end, to nose. Here, 5 men up front. They back off And the throw, my word.
Look at that
Will
adjustment.
Carter had not even made his break. And the adjustment to the ball, unbelievable catch.
He's playing at a different level than everybody else is. The way that he just blindly turned his body when the ball was in the air and make that play is a totally different level than the rest of these kids are playing at.
Yeah. And credit to Brad Smiley at SAU for offering Will on Wednesday. Drew and Will are going to stay the combo at the next level. Is that throw? What a leaping catch along the Mountain Home sideline. Easton Snellings with a incredible catch.
Hey, Easton Snellings has got a fast start tonight.
Yes, sir.
He's doing a great job.
He's having a night. That's his third reception for, 40-something yards, right?
41. 3 catches, 41 yards for the sophomore as the Panthers going to go quads over here to the near side. Single receiver to the far side. Is Drew going to run? And look at the open running room.
Tuck it.
Inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. And the Panthers spread them out. Drew took advantage and raced for 34 yards.
What another great call and a great read on the defense. It just they're doing whatever they want to do right now.
Anytime we're going empty, they're only dedicating 4 to 5 guys to the box, and that time they brought them all upfield, for the second time in a row. So kudos to our coaching staff and the game plan and figuring out their weaknesses and exploiting it.
Benton going heavy set. Drew on the keeper. Bounces off the scrum, and it's going to be tackled by Ford Coleman at the 1-yard line. Boy, Benton went heavy set to the right. JCB was the tight end eligible to the left. And Monson and Conyers are going to check out. Benton going to go back to the traditional package on 2nd and goal at the 1. Panthers scoring 86% of the time in the red zone this season.
It looked like Drew Davis took a shot in the back there. I'd like to see them possibly give it to somebody else on this play.
Yeah.
Give him a break.
Trips bunch. They're going to give it to Gunner. And Gunner is not going to reach the end zone as Hunter Estes and Blake Vaco make the tackle back at the 3, a loss of 2, and it'll be 3rd and goal.
Loss of 2, 3rd and goal from the 3.
Is this 4-down territory here, Jim, or are we going to bring the field goal out if we don't score? What do you guys think?
Let's see what happens here.
Always got to think ahead.
Empty gun on 3rd and goal.
They did not take anybody out there to Poot. Touchdown. Oh.
Poot makes a catch. Touchdown! They say Poot broke the goal. Touchdown Panthers, and Benton goes up 2 scores, 20-7.
That might be a little home cooking on that one. That was close. Looked like he went down right there on the goal line. Maybe the nose of the ball didn't touch the white.
Unfortunately, because we're on the Panther Football Network, we can look at the replay.
That's exactly right.
Get a little shot of this.
They did not motion with Poot, so we had a 4v3. Now it's touchdown.
Oh, that's
absolutely.
I need to get my eyes checked again.
Yeah, you do. New glasses, Justin?
They're at Walmart waiting for me.
Oh, okay. As the Panthers going to have to substitute, I believe we had an equipment issue with Baylor Dyson. And so Conyers is going to check in for him. Easton Snellings, who's had a great first quarter, will hold. Gabe Mr. Automatic Wilbur on for the PAT. And he kicks it to Corky's backyard. He's now 58-58 on the season, and Benton goes up 21-7. Josh, I always worry after a bye week about the offense taking time to get in rhythm. That hadn't been an issue tonight at all.
It is not, and I am with you. I always, think it's kind of a double-edged sword sometimes on whether or not you want that bye week. But, man, we have come out of the gates fast. And I just also just want to tell Justin, from my vantage point, I never had a doubt that was a touchdown.
Never do.
Hey, Jim, while we got just a minute, one of the key things that we're talking about how well the offensive line is, on that rollout that Drew made where he reversed direction, I don't know if y'all saw the block by Madison Hurd, but he ran in front of the defender and put his arms up using his body but making a clear no hit.
Yeah.
That's high football IQ right there.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
Gabe's kickoff goes out of bounds. And Mountain Home running the offense out, so they're going to take the football and not make Benton re-kick it. First down, Mountain Home at the 35-yard line. 3:28 to go in this first quarter, and the Panthers lead it 21-7.
I got a quick update by Cody. It's 7-7 Greenwood and Jonesboro with 43 seconds left in the first quarter. That's surprising.
That is surprising.
Who's the update from?
Cody Edge.
Okay.
He works in the sports complex.
So first down and 10, Bombers at the 35. They're going to place it on the near hash. It's Drake Woodard, Carson Conyers, Avian Beard up front. They give it off to Miller. He tries to get the outside, breaks a Weston Monson tackle, but is not going to elude the tackle of Cordell Payne at the 37.
Barrett Miller was tackled.
Yeah, I was stretching to see who made that tackle.
Payne.
Yeah, I got it.
Gotcha. Okay. 3:07 and counting to go in the first quarter. Is our score bug down? Okay. Second down and 8. Phillips drops back to pass. Throwing deep. And a nice catch by Carter Atkins, their leading receiver, inside the Benton 30-yard line. Atkins came in 32 catches, 387 yards, and 6 touchdowns, and he showed great hands there to haul it in at the 28.
They're going tempo.
And they go to Miller, and Miller is going to be dumped by Bryson Mattia. And the run defense on Miller, Justin, has been solid. It was Phillips that's hurt us so far with his legs.
That's right, Jim, and it wasn't necessarily a designed run either with Phillips. He had to reverse fields, and we just got a little over-aggressive.
Gain of 1. It's second down and 9 as Phillips throwing for the end zone to Atkins, and he laid out, couldn't hold on to it as he had gotten behind Corey Anderson, and it'll be third down and 9.
Well, he had definitely beaten Corey Anderson, and the thing about it for this defense, there's really 3 guys that you got to cover: the quarterback, the running back, and number 2. And so hopefully we'll get better coverage on future plays.
Phillips going to run the old smoke draw to Miller. And he is going to be near a first down. Antonio Shelton on the tackle for the Panthers. And they're going to move the chains. First down, Mountain Home.
You know, Miller, I don't know where he's going to college, but Harding University probably needs to come watch him play.
I think they have been, to be honest with you, as Miller carries. Mattia makes the tackle at the 11-yard line. He got an offer this week from Kennesaw State.
Oh, wow.
Who may remember earlier this year beat Arkansas State in a non-conference game. 6 yards for Miller, and Mountain Home trying to go in a hurry, and we've got a whistle, a flag thrown by the linesman on the near side.
Looks like it's against
offense, number 76.
Against Mountain Home.
5-yard penalty, second down.
Not used to hearing encroachment offense.
Yeah, I was just about to say that I think maybe one other game we had one of those called this year.
So 1:41 to go in the first quarter, and now Benton just gave it right back to him, and Conyers guilty of his second offside.
Defense, number 44, 5-yard penalty.
Man, I like the aggressiveness, but we got to clean it up. These guys don't need any help.
Your key to victory, Terry. Play clean. And it looks like Benton is offsides again, and that is not going to make Brad Harris happy. Oh, offensive encroachment. What is going on, Justin?
I'm not real sure, but every time they've said that, I'm with you. I'm thinking they're calling a penalty against the Benton Panthers, but we'll take it.
So the football's on a yo-yo right now. Back to the 17 where it's 2nd and 9.
Brad's going to force these guys to throw the football. We're stacking the box, playing cover one, and I'm wanting to say the safety's probably spying the running back or quarterback.
Phillips keeps, and he is thumped by Mattia. Woodard was at the bottom of that. Mattia finished it off, and it's a loss back to the 19 where it'll be 3rd and 11.
Since that first series, our defensive line is doing a great job of controlling the inner gaps and forcing them to spill everything to the edge.
In the red zone, 3rd down as Phillips going to roll to his right. He's pressured, escapes a sack, throws beyond Bryce Kincaid in the end zone, and Phillips is slow to get up, the Mountain Home quarterback. And
well, he's slow because
yes,
Antonio Shelton introduced himself.
He broke 2 tackles early on, and then Antonio finished him up. So he's elusive.
Yes. And Phillips bending over. You can tell he is feeling it right now. 4th down and 11 for the Bombers at the Benton 19. Be a big red zone stop right here. Now, looks like Mountain Home is going to take a timeout, and they do with 43 seconds to go in the first quarter. Let's tell you what's going on in the city of Benton. The Christmas tree lighting is coming up on November 30 at 5:30 at Owens Mooney Park. There will be snow, limited edition City of Benton tree ornaments while supplies last, as well as cookies and hot chocolate served at the farmers market following the Christmas tree lighting. Want to invite everybody out to come and kick off the Christmas season. Also, the City of Benton is partnering with Bright Futures Benton in a new outreach called Merry and Bright. Special Christmas trees are set up at the Benton River Center, and you can adopt local Benton School District kids and families struggling this Christmas season. You can bring your donations to Benton City Hall. If you don't want to adopt a family, you can just drop off toy donations at City Hall, and they will be given to Benton kids in need. All donations, 100%, go to our children in the Benton School District. 4th down and 11. Phillips rolls out to the right. He's hit as he throws, incomplete, as he tried to get it to Tate Cudworth, and the Panthers get a red zone stop.
Yeah, was that Robertson or was that who was it that laid the hit? It was Robertson, right?
Yes,
I'm unsure. I was
Robertson.
Was it? I was looking in the end zone, making sure we had everybody covered up.
That's same. I was watching the ball. Josh said it was Noah. Noah signed with Seminole State to play baseball.
Congratulations to Noah.
Absolutely.
Glad he decided to play football this year.
So 1st down, and you are not kidding. He has been a blessing to that Jack linebacker spot. As Drew drops back, sets up the screen. Murdoch makes the catch and drags a Bomber over the 25 to the 26. Man, that is not the best play of the night, but you'll take 7 yards on 1st down all night long.
Every time, and a 41 would have been a little bit more aggressive upfield. That's a touchdown.
Yeah. Del Soto, he saved a touchdown right there.
He did.
Because that was going to be untouched.
2nd down and 3. And the throw, boy, Will was hit right as the ball arrived by Gus Wilbur. And I promised Gabe I would not call him Gabe Wilbur. We got a Gabe Wilbur and a Gus Wilbur on the field tonight, and Gus dislodged that football. We're 1 quarter in tonight at the Palace, and the Panthers lead it 21-7 over Mountain Home on the Benton Football Network.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Jones Heating and Air, located at 520 Edison Avenue in Benton, specializes in residential, commercial, and new construction HVAC systems and offers 24-hour service. Jones is a proud supporter of Benton Panther Athletics, the Saline County Boys and Girls Club, and youth sports at Benton's Riverside Park. Find out more at jonesheatingandair.com or call 501-778-3324.
Panther fans,
where Benton leads it after a quarter, 21-7 tonight over Mountain Home. Appreciate our big fans back home, Morgan and Brian Fisher and Taylor Stonacker and Declan Steed cheering on the Panthers at home tonight as Poot makes a catch. He's going to be down to the 38-yard line where Carter Atkins makes the tackle. That's good for a first down, 12 yards.
Great third down conversion right there. That was big. Keep the sticks moving, right?
Yeah, but also throwing to a spot. I mean, he almost threw that ball before Poot even made it cut.
You can tell they've been doing it for a long time together.
Yeah, that's right.
First down and 10 Panthers at the 37. Handoff to Murdoch, and Murdoch is going to be tackled by defensive end Elijah Hillstrom, but not before he picks up 5 yards.
What's a solid run there on first down.
Absolutely. Put you in a kind of a shot territory right here on second down. You can be ultra aggressive. Let's see if the defense is going to give us man.
So Panthers look to the sideline for the play call. Drew, all kinds of time. Now he's going to tuck and keep over the 45 to the 47, right at the stick.
That makes our offense almost impossible to stop. When you have a quarterback that can turn a play that is shut down, there's nothing else left to do offensively, and you can turn that into a first down, that demoralizes the defense. There's nothing the defensive coordinator can do. All the kids on the defensive side are doing everything they're taught, but we have that +1 advantage.
First down and 10, Benton at the 47. Low snap. Drew picks it up. Drew looking for Will. Will just beyond his reach is in step and coverage. Drew Vigna. It's incomplete, and you like taking the shot there, Justin?
I
from
absolutely
midfield?
love it. To be totally honest with you, I hope we're in 4-down territory. Depending on what happens on second down, if we cut this in half, I think we should go 4-down territory, being up 2 possessions right now. I think it's time to be aggressive.
Second down and 10 as Carter motions.
Nobody's adjusting.
Drew fakes, keeps, stiff arm. And Drew is finally going to be tackled by Carter Atkins at the Mountain Home 46. How about the stiff arm, Terry?
Yeah, the stiff arm. And then once that group gets there, go down, Drew, go down.
That's right. And the guy that he had his stiff arm should have been going with the motion man. They did, again, on the touchdown we had down here with Poot earlier on, they did not adjust the motion well at all. So I'd like to see us continue to do that and see if we can't get a numbers game again.
Third down and 3 Panthers at the Bomber 46-yard line. Again, a low snap. Drew picks it up, throws. Again, Will Carter with a great adjustment, and 2 flags come in as Vigna is going to be hit with the PI, and that'll be 15 yards, and it'll be Benton first down at the Bomber 31.
Well, I got to be honest with you. I saw about 15 people look in their back pocket for a flag. I think there would have been half the stadium thrown that one.
Josh, did you throw a flag down there?
I would have if I had one. I would have. I was a little surprised that the young man got up, surprised to see flags.
Exactly.
I love the play call too. 3rd and 3. I think we were of the mentality, a mindset of going forward on 4th. Had we not gotten it, take a shot on 3rd and 3, put them in an uncomfortable situation.
So first down, Benton at the 31-yard line. Is the screen set up for Collett. Collett breaks the first tackle. He's loose up the sideline. down inside the 20 to the 15 before he's tackled by Caden Del Soto. And that is a 16-yard gain, and it looked like it was going for nothing, Justin.
Yeah, we had 2 hats for 2. We had a numbers game, 2 blockers for 2 defensive players with a free runner, but one of our offensive linemen did not get his head turned around quickly enough, or else that screen would have gone for a touchdown. I really love the fact that we're throwing screens tonight. It really puts the defensive line in a bad situation.
Mountain Home in the traditional 3-3. Drew looking. Drew going to throw just beyond Easton Snelling's reach. It looked like Drew could have run that one in.
He could have, but what's encouraging, and a lot of times in high school football, that quarterback's going to take his eyes down, but it's very encouraging he's keeping them up.
I'm going to agree with you there. he was going to walk in on a touchdown, but I agree with you. It's always good to have your quarterback with his eyes downfield.
2nd down and 10, Panthers at the Bomber 15, Benton up 21-7, trying to make it a 3-score lead. As Drew Harris is going to call timeout and bring the offense over. And I want to go down to Josh Monson. Josh, the offensive line continues to excel tonight.
They are doing an incredible job, and I'll tell you one of the things I'm paying attention to right now, and I tell you all to take a look at it, is they have got hands on hips for the defense down there.
And they're playing so many guys both ways, Josh, that we thought this might be a tug of war and Benton could get into their legs late in the second half.
Yeah,
but the Panthers are in their legs in the first half.
It's happening early, and you see Wilkins, 5, right?
Miller.
They've pulled him. Pulled him on the defense here. Don't see him out there as much, but I think the legs are already becoming a factor.
And I know that was part of the plan, Justin, was when Miller's on defense, if it's a run up the middle play, whoever he is covering needs to run him 40 yards down the field.
Absolutely. And it kind of seems like it's working. Number 3 as well is having to play a lot of both sides of the ball. And the more we throw it, the more these guys are going to have to run.
As Drew drops back, he's going to throw underneath. Catch by Barger. Barger lowers his shoulder. He's running over Bombers inside the 10 down to the 8.
I've been waiting for an offensive person to give the collision. And there it is. J.C. Barger.
Jason Kelly sponsoring our collision of the game, and JCB just delivered one right there as he ran over Talon Peterson. So 3rd and 3, Panthers at the 8-yard line as Panthers going to motion all 5 outside men. Now bring Barger in motion. It is a keep all the way for Drew Davis, and he stretches out. They're going to mark him at the 5. He stretched it out to the 3. But that's going to be good enough for 1st down. 1st and goal, Panthers.
That's a great play design. We shifted to an empty. They were in man. They had us outnumbered in the box. We knew that. So we motioned our tight end in and ran a little inside zone with a backside block. Well executed. Now it's 1st and goal.
1st and goal, Benton from the Mountain Home 5.
Benton is on fire tonight. No bye-week blues for these Panthers. 1st and goal at the 5. Drew drops back. He throws for the corner, and the catch by Poot. Touchdown! Drew Davis to Carson Collett, and Poot hauls in his 10th receiving touchdown of the season, and the Panthers are up 27-7 as the ROTC is ready to do more push-ups.
Justin, what a great throw, but how about the block by Brendan Murdoch on the backside there, giving him the time to set up and throw that pass?
Absolutely. There for a second I thought we were going to be in trouble, right? And Murdoch did a great job of picking up his responsibility. And if they're going to play man against us, I'm just not real sure how they're going to stop us. To be completely honest with you, I think our team's speed is a lot better than theirs. I don't want to see us run the football again if they keep putting 6 in the box. Yeah, and I think that we've only
Well, the quarterback draw has been pretty good. We should keep running that.
Absolutely,
right?
but I don't. I don't view that as a traditional run, right? As far as just running inside zone, mid zone, I want the screens, getting the ball on the edge with the passing game, taking shots, and letting your quarterback play football. That was my key to the game.
It was.
Put the ball in that dude's hands and let him work. And that's what we're doing tonight, and it is exciting to watch.
The Cadillac has spinners on it.
It has spinners, that is correct.
The most creative key to victory of the season, Justin.
I went to a football clinic a long time ago in Alabama, and the strength and conditioning coach, Scott Cochran, was talking, and he said, Nick Saban gets all these guys in here. Oh, man.
We were offsides.
So the Panthers going for the dagger early as Benton snuck in an onside kick and whistled Benton a little offside. Did you see today on Fearless Friday, somebody went back and looked at Sheridan's onside kick recovery rate this year? Did you see that?
I've been waiting on it. Tell me.
Go ahead, yeah.
69 onside kicks, they recovered 5.
So I work with people
Gave
in
up
Sheridan.
2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Oh.
I work with some people in Sheridan, and I'm not going to mention any names, but one of which I know that was statting every onside kick that was being attempted. And it wasn't real successful.
5 of 69, and I know the film I watched and the games I watched.
5 of 69 and giving up 2 scores.
Yes. As the return by Connor Schultz to the 25-yard line, and they finally blow the whistle. Going to mark him at the 26, and we're going to see the PDC again, who has got to be feeling awfully confident, Terry, up 3 scores right now.
Oh, you gotta like where you're sitting right now, but you can't lose the discipline.
Yep.
They've really done well with staying in their gaps and keeping the ball in front of them, and they just can't. We had that one play, or otherwise this would be a 28-0 game.
Yeah, Terry, that was a bust. That was a busted play.
Yeah.
We just got over-aggressive on the backside.
Greenwood up 20-14 on Jonesboro. So the Hurricane hanging in there as Miller gets a carry.
Yeah.
Carson Conyers was waiting on him at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Conyers
Derek
stayed.
Miller was tackled by Carson Conyers.
Going to give him a minimal gain, second down, and let's call it 9.
Yeah, I thought they had actually stopped him prior to that.
Phillips rolls to his right. He throws. Oh, Trey Stewart had a chance at a pick. Couldn't hold on to it. It'll be 3rd and 9.
He should have just got out of the way and let Cordell pick it.
Yeah. Cordell was coming.
Yeah. If Trey wouldn't have been there, Cordell would have had it, I think.
Well, I'll tell you somebody else that was coming. That's Robertson.
Yes,
he
he
was
was.
coming on that backside, and had he held the ball any longer, he would have gotten smacked.
Yeah, Terry, and I think he felt the pressure of that coming. That's why he released the ball when he did.
So the Panthers bringing pressure again. Phillips eludes it, going to throw deep, and the pass is beyond the reach of his intended receiver, Tate Cudworth, and it will be 4th and 9, and Steve Arieson's on his punt team.
It looked like they were presenting a little sprint out throwback screen, and we did a good enough job creating pressure early on to where they had to bail out.
Well, again, that pressure in the defense or in the offensive backfield is really, really bothering Phillips because he had another open receiver deep, but he overthrew him.
Well, Terry, I don't think they're accustomed to having to throw the ball as much as they are right now. We're making them uncomfortable, getting them out of what they feel like is their bread and butter.
Bryan up 21-0 on Fayetteville midway through the second quarter as Phillips punts it. This one not as high, end over end, that Corey Anderson fields at the 30. He returns it to the 37, and that's where Benton will put it in play. Josh, I want to come back down to the sideline to you. Except for a 75-yard run by Brantley Phillips, the PDC has been stellar.
Yes, they have been on lockdown. I know there's been a lot of coaching here about watch the ball, turn your ears off. That seems to have helped. And staying disciplined on that backside, right? So they're looking good.
I'd like for a quick score right here.
So 1st and 10 Panthers at the 37-yard line. Drew has Gunner in the backfield. Drew drops back. He's looking for Poot deep. And
He's
Wilbur went up. Did he make the interception?
Out of bounds. No, you.
And they're going to say pick.
Yeah,
by
the
Wilbur.
back judge calling that.
Intercepted by Gus Wilbur.
The back judge called that. The line judge was looking at them in the middle of the field. Let's look at replay and see if he was in.
I thought he was in.
He probably is, Terry. I don't want him to be in.
Yeah, Drew underthrew that one a little bit. Great coverage on the defense, and he got that foot down.
Did that knee touch before the foot? Guess we'll never know.
Phillips goes back to the air. He's going to throw deep. He's got a receiver that got behind the Panthers as Hipskind was beaten by Bryce Kincaid, and Mountain Home takes the sudden change and gets a big play down to the Benton 39.
Yeah, that's what we couldn't have happen, but that's the typical result after a big momentum play. You take a shot.
Now Phillips going to keep on the quarterback run, and Phillips kind of has a Matt Jones look to him when he runs the football all the way down to the 25.
Yeah, when he's running by himself, he looks slow, but when people start going around him, he changes the pursuit angle really quick.
And how quick was that timeout by Brad Harris?
I think that was a very strategic.
Yeah, I think it was a great call.
Stop the momentum.
We needed to reset.
Josh, Coach Harris not letting any grass grow under his feet right there, man.
No, not at all. You know, we came out and we had a couple of guys that were out of position, and it occurred on that second play, and so he just went ahead and said we need to get out. We need to get a timeout, get a break here.
So the Panthers regrouping around the defensive staff, Brad Harris, Blake Dorsey, Ryan Forte, Coach Garrett Hammonds upstairs in the box. 6:10 to go in the first half. Benton leads at 28-7.
Nobody's on the outside receiver. Nobody's on the outside receiver.
We've got a busted coverage. And Phillips is going to throw to him. And, we caught a break as a false start on Mountain Home is going to stop the play as the receiver on the outside, Caden Dotson, Justin, you were Johnny on the spot. Nobody was over
Uncovered.
We only had 10 defensive players on the field. One of our corners didn't come out of the timeout. He thought we were still on the sideline. My word.
Ouch.
Yeah, we just dodged a bullet there. Wow.
So the Panthers have their complement of 11 on the field now.
And our defender, okay. Now we've reset.
Yep, so we've got everybody out there now. Good to go. First down and 15, and they run the option. Pitch to Miller, and Miller in the open field, making Panthers miss. Wow, nice run by Barrett Miller. You can see why he is a D1 recruit. He hasn't found the going very easy in the interior, but on the outside, Justin, very elusive.
You know, his running style, I was kind of looking at him run earlier and we bottled him up, but right there when he got into the open field, he runs a lot like Christian McCaffrey. He goes from 0 to 100 really quick. His acceleration is great and his lateral movement is very, very good. We don't need to let him get out in space anymore. That was a phenomenal call by them. They ran a load option. They got more hats on the perimeter than we did, and they made us pay. That was not a very good turn of events, though. We stop them, make them punt, and then we throw a pick, and then we just kept shooting ourselves in the foot.
Marion up 12-0 on Sylvan Hills in the second. I'll tell you who he reminded me of is Braden Jay.
Yeah,
right
absolutely.
there. Is
Harding University. He's having a heck of a year again, isn't he?
Yep, averaging 14 yards a carry to lead the nation.
This is his senior year?
Yes, but that sort of running, cutting into the flow, It's something you see Braden Jay do a lot. Miller did it exceptionally well on that touchdown. That was a 3-play, 75-yard drive following the turnover, so sudden change Mountain Home takes advantage of and cuts the Benton lead to 28-14 as C.J. Sellers on the return over the 20, 25. Boy, hold on to that football. Down to the 27, and that's where Benton will set up shop.
Boy, when he hit that first cut, I kind of felt he was about to explode through a hole, and the defense closed on him pretty fast.
Yeah, I think he was a little too patient there at the end. If he would have accelerated a little quicker, they're just seeing our kickoff return has it set up well enough to where if he hits it and the timing is right, it's gonna bust.
I was just about to say that's really a timing thing. You almost have to have the ball perfectly.
That's right.
So first down Panthers at the 27. As Drew fakes the pitch and keeps running left and running behind Big Madison Hurd and Jaron Ginther over there and picks up 3 yards. It'll be 2nd and 7.
I'm really pleased to see the run game is really everything is flowing through number 7.
Yeah.
Drew Davis is definitely going to be the guy that's going to win us this football game, as he should.
2nd down and 7 Panthers at the 30-yard line. Got Pilk and number 74 tonight in honor of the late, great Tristan Red. As a give to Deaton, and Deaton on the buck sweep picks up 8 yards and a first down.
Boy, how about that move right there?
That was a great cut, wasn't it, Terry?
Was tackled by Caden Del Soto.
Good job blocking up front by the offensive line as well.
He did a great job of pressing. Anytime you run the buck sweep, you want to press, get them running laterally, and then cut right back against it. He did a very good job running discipline.
So first down and 10, Benton at the 38-yard line. Panthers leading 28-14. Davis drops back. Good protection. Throwing for Poot and incomplete as that was very well contested by Wilbur, who had the pick on the last possession.
Well, and he almost had another pick. Poot had to go into defensive mode to keep that from being the second interception.
Yeah, that's 2 underthrows for Drew. I think he's just trying to place it instead of just letting it rip. Poot's fast enough to run under whatever he throws. So I'd like to see him put a little bit more air under it and just throw it as far as he can.
Corey Anderson checks in at receiver to give Collett a breather. 2nd down and 10. Benton at the 38. Going to throw underneath for Easton Snellings, and Miller, who scored the touchdown, playing at free safety, comes up and tackles Easton at the 42, and it's going to be 3rd and 6.
This may be one of those plays that you were talking about where we bring that guy in motion where they missed it,
right?
And we should have numbers.
Yeah, 100% of the time they have not adjusted to motion.
So 3rd down and 6 as the offense looks for the play call from offensive coordinator Drew Harris. Snap back to Davis. Davis rolling to the right. He gets pressure this time, and Hillstrom and Ford Coleman combine on the sack back at the 34-yard line. That's a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down and 14, and we're going to get to see Dawson Days for the first time.
Looked like there's a little miscommunication between quarterback and receiver. I think Drew Davis wanted Will to do one thing, and Will saw something differently, and it caused Drew to hold on to the ball a little bit too long.
So Dawson Daves will punt it away. Kason Wright, deep snapping tonight. Perfect snap. And Dave's kick is a wobbler.
Drop it.
It's going to be fielded by Wilbur at the 33-yard line. So 3:43 to go, Josh. Boy, it was feeling so comfortable. You get a pick and a quick score by Mountain Home, and now you really need the defense to get a stop.
Yeah, back in the ball game here, right? So, I just said something to the defense, say we got to keep the foot on the gas, and I think we were just a little bit out of sorts in that last series, so let's see what we come back with right here.
So first down, Mountain Home at their own 33-yard line. Empty gun for Phillips. Phillips throwing the wheel route to Miller, who makes the catch. as he got behind Antonio Shelton. They're going to mark him down at the Benton 44. That is a gain of 23 and a first down.
There was offensive pass interference. We were trying to break off, and number 3 held Trey.
As Miller gets a carry, bounces outside. Boy, he is tough in the open field. Corey Anderson cuts his legs out from underneath him at the 30, a gain of 14.
Well, our defense is reeling right now. You've got guys out of position. They're not getting set.
Phillips drops back. Phillips throws. Phillips has a receiver. Touchdown for Mountain Home as Bryce Kincaid makes the catch in the end zone, and the Benton defense has the last 2 possessions.
Well, I mean, this possession in particular, there wasn't a single play in this series where anybody kind of knew what they were supposed to be doing.
No, we look like we were in disarray. We need to get on the sideline quickly, let our offense get out there and hopefully manufacture something and get the momentum off of their sideline. This is going to be a very, very important offensive drive.
This kick by Ballard is up and good. Mountain Home has scored on back-to-back possessions to cut the lead to 28-21. 3 plays, 75 yards in 29 seconds, followed by 3 plays, 67 yards in 35 seconds, Terry.
I really don't know what to say. I mean, we were in a position of putting this game away.
Yeah, I think that's why we're so surprised right now. But if we go back and reflect a little bit, we're playing against a really good football team.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and we knew this was going to be tight. We're sitting there with a 28-7 lead with the football in very manageable field position. And now we're looking at a 28-21 game. This is kind of where I thought it was going to be, right? But it was a little bit more shell-shocked because of where we were just 4 minutes ago.
It has changed quickly.
It has.
Momentum in white right now. Benton needs to do something to grab some back here. As Ballard's kick is going to be a high short kick fielded by Snellings at the 18. And Easton with a nice move, going to get 11 yards on that kickoff return. Always like to get at least a first down on a return, Justin, and Easton did that.
Yes, he did. You just mentioned it, Jim. This is a very important offensive possession. I think we've got to be able to just find ways to get first downs, march down the field, give our defense a little bit of a break, and put the ball in the end zone, which we're very capable of doing.
Hornets taking care of business, 35-0 over Fayetteville with 47 seconds to go in the first half. Panthers have it 1st and 10 at their own 29. Davis going to bring Collett in motion. He's trying to set up that underneath throw. Now going to throw downfield to Barker. And boy, if he could have stayed in bounds, he was going to house that one. But it's still a great play over midfield down to the Bomber 48.
Boy, that's a great route, too. The ball got there right as he was getting to the sidelines. And Jim's right. If he could have stuck that foot in the ground, he'd still be running.
How about the discipline and wherewithal of our quarterback, though? That's not where the ball was supposed to go. That's not even anywhere close where the ball was supposed to go. But he deviated from the plan because he had to, and he found a way to have success.
1st down and 10, Benton at the 49. They go back to the ground with Murdoch, and Brendan is going to pick up 3 tough yards. Kalen Fraunfelter, who plays center, playing on the D-line, makes the tackle.
I love how he hits the hole. He almost squeezed through there, didn't he, Jim?
Yeah.
He hits it with a little bit different gear than anybody else.
Murdoch, the 5'8", 180-pound junior, came in with 375 yards rushing on the season and 2 touchdowns. 2nd down and 7, Panthers at the 46 as Poot goes in motion. Throw it underneath to him.
Let's go.
Makes the catch. Going to pick up a first down before Carter Atkins tackles him around the 34-yard line. Gain of 12.
Yeah, there was that uncovered motion again. And if they're going to give it to him, that we ought to let them
I'm going to tell you.
Let it run.
Yes, and Poot is one of those guys. He's so slippery. One missed tackle, and it's a house call. Take the easy stuff. Looks like they're going cover 0, no high safety. We're about to take a shot.
Empty gun for Davis. Drew going to be pressured as Hillstrom is going to bring him down at the 33. Drew picks up a yard. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Well, after a few series of really great pass blocking, that time the pocket collapsed, and Drew just had to tuck it and run.
Yeah, and John Curtis Barger was uncovered down the middle of the field.
Empty gun again for Benton on 2nd down and 9. Clock at 1:40 in the first half. Benton leading 28-21. Drew drops back, gets good protection, throws for Poot, catch! Touchdown! Drew Davis to Carson Collett, and the Panthers answer back with a score to go up 34-21.
Wow, what a huge play and what a huge drive just when we needed it.
I'm looking at on the short side thinking, why are you not throwing it in the flats? And then all of a sudden he throws a dime in the middle of the field for a touchdown. Well done.
Right to snap, Snellings to hold, and Mr. Automatic kicks it to Edison Avenue, and Benton goes up 35-21.
35.
There you go. I thought, what in the world? The scoreboard had gotten mixed up there a minute. 35-21 Panthers with 1:28. And Josh, Benton needed to do something to see some momentum back, and the offense produced.
Yeah, that was big. Justin just mentioned he comes through and throws on a dime right there. And I got to tell you, the pass that he hit J.C. Barger on to keep that momentum going was a tight window, and that ball was on a rope. So Drew leading the team when we need it the most right there.
Yeah, that was a play that really got our drive going, wasn't it?
Yes, first play. 22 yards to Barger, who scores if the sideline is about 2 yards wider. Gabe going to kick this one off, and it is going to go into the end zone. Mountain Home's going to have to go 80 with 1:28 to go. And what you really need now, Terry Benham, is the PDC to re-exert itself here before halftime.
Yeah, no two ways about it. The defense needs to rediscover themselves. They played so brilliant in the first quarter, and this last few series they have been a little bit lost, and we need them to regain that momentum.
It's Phillips on the smoke draw again to Miller. He's got running room. He breaks a tackle. He's in the open field. He's finally going to be brought down by Trey Stewart, but not before he's down to the Panther 30-yard line. That's 50 yards and a first down for the Bombers.
Well, look, this guy is a finalist for the
McFadden Award.
McFadden Award for the Little Rock Touchdown Club. I mean, he's one of the top 3 running backs in the state.
And that put him over 2,000 yards rushing for the season as a false start coming up against Mountain Home, going to back him up 5 with 1:10 to go.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Bombers with 2 timeouts remaining, Panthers with 1.
Defense is all about assignment and alignment, and I don't think we are doing both of those things at a high level right now. We were starting in the first half, but the last 3 possessions, I feel like we're running upfield. We're not staying lateral at the line of scrimmage, which is very important.
Phillips sets up a screen to Miller. Shelton did a nice job fighting off the block of Kyle McBride, the left tackle, to make the tackle.
Well, Shelton's having a good night tonight. He's in a lot of action right now.
2nd down and 13 as the clock nearing 30 seconds to go in this first half. Phillips drops back, plants his feet, Now pressured by Monson, throws on the run, and coming back to make the catch is Caden Dotson, and he's going to be down to the 15-yard line, a gain of 18 and a Mountain Home first down.
Man, how about the job by Dotson coming back to help his quarterback out?
That's right, yes.
Tackle by Noah Robertson.
Yes, it was very good.
Second timeout.
So Mountain Home takes a timeout with 23 seconds remaining in the first half. 35-21. Bombers have it at the Benton 15. We've seen the PDC with a red zone stop already in this first half. And, Josh, as we go down to you, we're going to need another one right here before halftime.
Yeah, and listen, Justin nailed it. You know, that last big 50-yard run, we got upfield. We lost gap control, and it was a delayed handoff, and off he went. So we just got to get back to playing, solid D.
Want to give a congratulations and good luck to senior volleyball player Sahara Stamps, who is playing tomorrow at 4 o'clock in the All-Star game at Greenbrier. And as we talk about college signees, she signed last week to continue her volleyball career at Henderson. So congratulations to Sahara and good luck tomorrow in the All-Star game. First down and 10, Mountain Home at the Benton 15 as Phillips rolls to his right, pressured by Mattia, throws, diving catch on the Bombers sideline, and they're going to say Dotson hauled it in at the 5-yard line. A gain of 10, it's first and goal. First down and go Bombers with 17 seconds to go in the first half. Both teams with one timeout remaining.
We need somebody to jump a route.
We've seen it happen.
Where's Stone Paul?
Yeah, we need to be in that end zone, right?
How about some north end zone magic right here? Clock running. Phillips rolls to his left. Reverses field, rolls to his right. Stevens harassing him.
Yes, sir!
Corey Anderson with the pick. North end zone magic. How about that?
Great call, Terry.
Boy, what great. Hey, let's not take away from the pressure that Stevens put on the quarterback right there. He makes a bad decision, and Corey Anderson jumps the route and gets a critical interception for the Panthers.
That gives us all the momentum going into halftime.
4 seconds remaining, and the Panthers should just kneel this out and get to the locker room as Mountain Home is in the prevent defense. Drew Davis takes a knee, and that's it for the first half. Benton leads at 35-21. We're going to step aside for 3 minutes and come back with the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show. Rick Spivey, the quarterback of the 1977 state championship team, will be our guest on the Benton Football Network.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday night football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
Need a car? Maybe a home? Maybe just a little vacay escape? Whatever your goal, Alcoa Community FCU has a loan for that. Great rates, quick approvals, and local decisions. It's all right here in your community.
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
Midtown Plumbing services over 1 million square feet of commercial property in Little Rock. And they've also provided plumbing needs to thousands of residential clients all over Central Arkansas. Along with residential and commercial plumbing, Midtown also provides water heater sales, sewer repair, remodeling services, and 24-hour emergency plumbing. Midtown Plumbing, just a phone call away. 501-426-5900. MidtownMechanicalServices.com.
Allied Glass is a full-service glass shop located in historic downtown Benton. Allied Glass is a third-generation business and family-owned and operated since 1967. Mirrors, shower doors, commercial storefronts, tabletops, screens, plexiglass, and much more. For all your glass needs, call Allied Glass at 501-778-6244, located at 115 East Sevier in downtown Benton.
At First Security, we've been investing in our home state since 1932, growing deep roots and even deeper relationships. We're part of Arkansas. It's part of us. Today, we put all of that history and stability to good use for you, pouring our resources into the people and places we love best. Arkansas communities, Arkansas families, and Arkansas futures. First Security. Think better.
It's Friday, so Panther fans are thinking about our friends over at Riverside Grocery. Everyone knows about their catering that's good as grandma's, but their breakfast and lunch are becoming a Saline County tradition. Deer season's just around the corner, and Riverside's also your headquarters for feed and game processing. So whether you're gassing up or grabbing those essential tailgating supplies, Riverside Grocery has everything you need. Drop by Riverside and start your weekend right.
Elliott Electrical Incorporated is a proud supporter of Benton Panther football, owned and operated by proud residents of Saline County. Elliott Electrical Incorporated is licensed in 16 states and counting, specializing in new commercial electrical contracting. We bring decades of experience and dedication that has allowed us to serve many communities for over 40 years. Go Panthers!
Welcome back to the Hamilton Family Dentistry halftime show here tonight from the Jim Landers broadcast booth at the Palace, where Benton leads Mountain Home at halftime 35-21. And with the Panthers starting their playoff run tonight, why not bring in a state champion quarterback, Rick Spivey, quarterback of the 1977 state championship Panthers. Rick, good to have you tonight.
Well, great to be up here. Great to talk Panther football.
Yeah, absolutely. You and Miss Susan are mainstays.
We've been coming for a long time, even over at C.W. Lewis Stadium. Ever since we got through with college, came back home and started coming to ball games.
Yeah. So let's go back to 1977, because I'll be honest, the first game in my memory of Benton Panther football was the Camden game. Game 2 of the season. You started the year with a win, and then that game at C.W. Lewis Stadium in week 2 was a tie, if I remember correctly.
That's correct. You know, we opened up against Russellville, and they had a real good team. We're supposedly having a real good team, and we played well. Did real well up there and came back home and maybe overlooking a little bit of Camden because they were a classification below us. And we just didn't get it done that night.
Yeah.
Fortunate to tie.
Yeah. And that was Benton Panthers, Camden Panthers. There was the consolidation with Fairview that came later. So I guess the win, when I look back and read Jay Kutchka's wonderful compilation of that 77 season, the win at Hot Springs, win over Hot Springs, 12-6. That was the win, I think, that kind of pepped everybody up and thought, this could be something pretty special.
I think you're right on that, because Hot Springs didn't get beat the rest of the year. We went over there. Jeff Goff, one of our mainstays, running back, had a great game, and we were fortunate. We won in overtime, and it kind of gave us that confidence that I think we needed to move forward there during the season.
So talk about that backfield, because you had Jeff Goff, who went on to play for the University of Arkansas and in the NFL. You had Ricky Norris, one of the great running backs in Benton history, Jerry Wilson at fullback, who went on to have a great coaching career, and then you, who went on to ASU to play at quarterback. That was a stout backfield.
Yes, it was. And we were all fortunate to be able to go on and play college ball. But, back during those days, there were 2 Benton junior highs. And it gave the opportunity for a lot more kids to get a lot more starting time, playing time. And we knew during those junior high years that when we all came together, we'd have an opportunity to be a very special team. And we knew that as we went through our sophomore and junior year. And, coming into our senior year, we ended up having, I think, 9 seniors that went on and played college ball after that senior year. So it was a special group. And, even though we had a lot of good athletes, we played good teams, and you had to play well. And we did, and had some luck along the way also.
Yeah, fast forward down into that season, you got a big close win over McClellan. And then the one hiccup all year with Texarkana, who always seemed to be a hiccup in the 60s, 70s, and 80s for Benton.
Yeah, we had to go down there. So we were just talking about that before I came up here. And Mickey Davis and I were talking about it. And it's, that's a tough place to go regardless of who's having a good year or a bad year. And we went down there and, they won. They beat us. And it kind of gave us the thinking back during the newspapers, they kind of looked down on us after that game, and that was kind of a motivation for us to, hey, let's go on and do something good with this year.
And you come back, finish the regular season against Jacksonville, and that was back in Jacksonville's heyday.
Yes. It was a good game again. It was a tough game. Here we're looking at 56 points the first half of this game. Well, I don't think we scored 56 points all year. So, that was back when it was a lot of running, option, of course, and we were just fortunate. We played hard, but we were good. I mean, we did well.
So it was also an era where 6 teams from one conference didn't make the playoffs.
No.
So you go into the playoffs, and I understand it took a coin flip to decide who you were going to play, and Jonesboro won the flip.
That's right. We, of course, there were in classifications. 5A was the largest classification back then, and we were in 4A, which obviously was the next level. And there were 3 conferences. There was an East, a Central, and a West. And the conference winners were the only teams that qualified for the state. And then they had the 4th team was a coin flip. And we were fortunate that Hot Springs did not win the coin flip against Jonesboro that night.
So thinking back to that was kind of the fear, that we'd have to play Hot Springs again.
We didn't want to have to do that. I mean, obviously we would have gone into it thinking we could have won, but still it was okay that they didn't win that coin flip.
Yeah, so Jonesboro won it, and y'all welcomed them to C.W. Lewis with a 28-0 shutout.
Right. Jonesboro was good. Of course, the next year Jonesboro won the state, so they had some younger athletes that were real good. But we played good, and then again, defense did real well that game, and we were able to score 3 or 4 touchdowns and played well.
So state championship night, you play Conway. What are the memories of that night that have stuck with you?
Well, Susan and I were talking earlier today. That was actually next Wednesday night would have been the 48th anniversary of it.
Yeah.
I mean, the 48th year since we had that game. So it was the night before Thanksgiving. How they played it the night before Thanksgiving on a Wednesday night, but it did. And we're playing in high school at War Memorial, which was an experience in itself. Conway was undefeated, and we just figured out some way to win the game.
Yeah, and I've got to believe that you've had a great athletic career. You're an athletic guy, but I've got to believe that an experience like that just sticks with you for life.
Oh, always. And you think it's amazing to me that it's been this long in Benton, who has such a very good football program. It's a prideful football program, and you think that they still haven't won another state championship since then. That's amazing that hadn't happened. It just shows that, to win a state championship, you got to have a good team, got to have good athletes, got to have a little luck along the way also.
Yeah.
I mean, it's timing because, you might have an up year, but other conference mates might have better years, athletes wise. So, you know, it all just comes down to some luck and playing hard and playing good.
You played for Max Graham.
Yes.
And to talk about that experience.
Well, Max was old school.
Yep.
You know, he expected you to give everything you got and just go out there and lay it all on for the team. And it was a team thing. And you know, just the memories of everything that you went through. But he was special, you know, and he came here with the idea he was going to win a state championship. You know, he came from Stuttgart where they'd won a state championship or two, and he came to Benton saying, I'm going to win a state championship somehow. And you know, we were fortunate enough to be a part of that team that did it.
Yeah. So when you watch football today and you see Drew Davis throwing it all over the lot, do you get a little jealous that you were a wishbone quarterback back in the day and didn't get to throw it a lot?
Well, you know, as long as we won, that was the best part about the whole thing. But, yeah, this is fun. This is fun football to be able to sit and watch this. I mean, he can make a throw all over the field. I mean, you see that and think, wow, look at that. He threw from one hash mark, you know, 40 yards across the field.
I know it.
And right on the line where it needed to be. So it's fun watching this. But it'd be better if we can get them to the state championship game and win that last game.
Absolutely. We talked in the Open that Panthers trying to get to semifinals for the 7th time in 10 years with Brad Harris as head coach, and it's going to take a little luck. It's going to take a little the ball rolling your way, kind of like it did in 1977.
That's right.
So, and you got to marry a cheerleader.
I did. High school sweetheart.
Yeah, how about that?
Oh, it's been great. It has been wonderful. We're both, 40.
How many? 41 and a half. That's awesome. That's awesome. And, of course, Stacy's on, is it Daybreak?
Yes.
I wanted to say Good Morning Arkansas, but it's Daybreak on KTV. How's Cameron doing, too?
Cameron, of course, he's been here the whole time. You know, Stacy moved away for a couple jobs, but Cameron's been here, and he's doing great. He works for the state of Arkansas in the legislative audit department, so he's doing well.
Good. And a great Benton baseball player back in the day. So Rick Spivey, the quarterback of the 1977 Benton High School State Championship team, and hopefully having Rick up here, some of that 77 luck will rub off on the 2025 team.
I hope so. We've been waiting a long time for it to get to that point.
Absolutely. Rick, thanks for coming in tonight.
Thanks, Jim.
So we're going to take a break, come back. Terry and Justin will break down the first half stats and get us ready for the second half tonight as Benton leads Mountain Home 35-21 at halftime on the Benton Football Network. True Gentleman and True Boutique are Saline County's premier shopping destinations. No matter the occasion, let us help you find your style. From the beach to the golf course, the office, or even a special night out, come check out our huge selection of merchandise. We even provide suit and tuxedo rentals. Located in downtown Benton in front of the Farmers Market Pavilion, it would be our pleasure to serve you. We are proud of our Benton Panthers and wish them luck this season. Go Panthers!
So as a kid growing up in Benton, I dreamed of being a football player for the Panthers. And once I got into high school, I got to live out that dream. And the support every Friday night from the community here in this place is really, really special. Now that I'm a mortgage lender, it is my turn to support you. If you are looking to buy a home or refinance a loan, come see us at Neo Home Loans in downtown Benton.
Tonight's game is fueled by Lane's Chicken Fingers, your local spot for crispy hand-breaded chicken, house-made sauces, and hand-spun milkshakes. Lane's has been serving up finger-licking greatness since 1994 and is now proud to call Benton home. Whether you're celebrating a win or feeding the team, Lane's is just around the corner. Visit us today at 2110 Highway 5 North, right behind Kroger in Benton.
Welcome back to the Hamilton Family Dentistry Halftime Show, where we're in the second round, Justin, of the state playoffs for 6A. And the Benton Panthers are leading at halftime, 35-21 over the Mountain Home Bombers. And as we pull up the first half stats, what we're going to see is an offensive explosion. Mountain Home with 364 yards in total offense, including 204 yards, Justin, on the ground, and they're averaging 261 coming into this game. So a really, really effective rushing attack by the Bombers.
Yeah, we knew that coming in. That was their bread and butter. But I'll tell you this: out of that 204, the majority of that came off of 3 runs. Right?
Yeah, that's right.
You had Phillips, the quarterback, that had about a 75-yard run up the right sideline in the first quarter. And then, Barrett Miller has really showed why he is a McFadden finalist as one of the greatest running backs this year in high school football in the state of Arkansas. But he's been bottled up too, with the exception of 2 or 3 runs. Our defense has done a great job. I feel like Mountain Home's offense found a rhythm, and they deviated from what they did in the first half, which is trying to run in between the tackles. Now they're pushing the ball to the perimeter and letting Miller and Phillips kind of run in space.
Well, Phillips and Miller combined for 198 yards of that 204. Phillips with 84 yards and a touchdown, and Miller with 114 and a touchdown. And man, they're quite the 1-2 punch on the ground. If you get out of your zone on Phillips on a rollout, he's going to hurt you.
Yeah, they're gonna both make you pay. And Phillips, I'll tell you, I've been very impressed with the way he's been able to buy some time in the passing game, and he's found some of his receivers open. They work well with him as well. But to your point again, the rushing attack, those two guys have rushed together for over 3,000 yards on the season.
Yeah. Well, Drew Davis also equally important in that offense at 308 yards of total offense for the Panthers. Drew Davis throwing for 224 yards in the first half, but he also rushed for 66 of those 84 yards on the ground. So Drew having a big night of his own.
He is, and that's the key to our season on offense, right? And honestly, the key to our season for a football team. We got a 3-year starter at quarterback. We've never had a quarterback in the history to play and start as many games as he has. He's a record breaker. He is our leader, and he is the guy that's making us go. He is the driver of this Cadillac, and like I said in the pregame, he is putting spinners on this offense tonight.
Well, the Panthers turned the ball over once in the first half, but then come back and get a key interception right there to end the second quarter. And the only stat that's not in line is the 6 penalties for 50 yards against the Bombers, and most of that just discipline plays.
Yes, and really both teams, the majority of the penalties that you've seen tonight have just been lack of a focus and discipline, a lot of false starts, illegal procedure penalties. There was actually one time where I think there was 3 penalties in a row. It just went back and forth like a tug of war with the officials in the football. So I'm excited to see what happens coming out this second half. Do we have...
Well, the Panthers are coming back onto the field to warm up, and we're awaiting Coach Harris coming out. And I'm pretty sure he's not going to be happy about that defense.
Well, Coach Harris is there. Where's Josh?
I see him.
Calling Josh.
That's the fastest I've seen Josh Monson move in a while.
He pulled something out of his pocket. I thought it was a microphone, but it was a Diet Dr. Pepper.
It may have been his hamstring.
It looked like there was an emergency touchdown club meeting down there on the track that Josh had gotten locked up with. All right, let's go down to Josh Monson with Brad Harris.
Hey, so, yeah, Coach here, he passed me up. He had a few words, but I'll let him share his rendition of thoughts here after the first half and coming into the second.
Hey, I think we played a little sloppy at times, but I look at the scoreboard, we're up 35-21. Yep. And it probably should be 35-7, 35-14, something like that. We haven't played real clean defense. We missed some some run fits, and 5's good. 5 and 7 both are good. That first touchdown, 7 just comes out the back door. We overscrape it. We got it cut off at where it's supposed to attack at, and he's foot racing. He's good. And then 5's the same way. I mean, they're good, and we know that. We're going to just have to play a little bit more gap sound.
And let me ask you, do you think they found something on us in that second quarter, or was it just we didn't play soundly?
I told them under the tent, we kind of had our head up our tails, all right? I mean, we misaligned, all right? We didn't get a blitz call. We didn't get a coverage call. We tried to change personnel coming out of the timeout right there to get our best cover guys on. We got one guy that don't go on the field, I mean, that's just not focusing up right there and locking in. Now, I say they got us a couple of times, but it was as much us as it was them. We'll make it happen, all right? These guys are used to having a halftime adjustment like this, and it's not something that I'm going to say to them. They're going to make it happen in the second half, so it's going to be fine.
Certainly. Well, we're used to playing 4 quarters. We've seen that now, right? So, all right, Coach. Well, hey, go get them in this second half.
Latest update, Bauxite trailing Mills tonight, and as we go down to the Glen Rose score, I do not have a report, so somebody text us and let us know who's winning between the Beavers and the Pickles tonight.
I see what you did there.
Jason Kelly? Aaron Garrett? Somebody with those Glen Rose ties. We need a Glen Rose update. Is a halftime clock about to expire. Benton's going to kick off. This first half ended with some north end zone magic. Corey Anderson with a big pick.
Now, I'll tell you this. I've kept defensive stats quite a few times, and this is the emptiest sheet that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
We've had a lot of defensive plays where they've run out of bounds, or they've missed the pass, or they have fallen down where there's no tackle given. And the Panthers really need to come out and play some strong defense this half.
You got a 14-point lead, so PDC, go do your thing here in this second half as Gabe's kickoff into the end zone, and Mountain Home will have it first down and 10 as we open the third quarter. Benton leads at 35-21. Glen Rose is up 12-7. Thank you, Morgan Garrett and Mickey Duval in the third quarter. Marion up on Sylvan Hills 18-14 at halftime.
Sylvan Hills making a run.
And the Panthers have to take a timeout on first down, Justin, before a ball is snapped.
Yeah, we went out with 12. We had too many players on the field.
Boy, I'd hate to be in that huddle right now.
Yeah, that's not a good way to start it. That's a lot of lack of focus, lack of communication on the players' part.
Atkins just records a safety, so Glen Rose 12, the Pickles 9.
I'm anxious to see how Mountain Home comes out. They were pretty balanced as far as their productivity on offense. They want to run the football, though, right? So I'm anxious to see if they continue to try to press it on the edge, or if they're going to go back to what they started with and see if they can't run in between the tackles.
Well, Justin, you got to think that that's what they want to do the second half, because one of the best things they can do is keep us off the field on offense.
That's exactly right.
So you got the 3-4 alignment now with Conyers at nose, Beard moves outside to end. And a little different look from the Benton defense. They blocked the edge well. Miller
that should be a
with
penalty,
a leap,
yep.
And there is the flag right there. You cannot leap a defender in high school, Justin, and it's sporadically called. But that time it looks like Miller got hit with the penalty.
Yeah, it looked like phenomenal hurdle for him, though. That kid needs to get on the track.
Exactly.
That was a very athletic play by an athletic player, but that's going to be called back.
And that's purely a safety issue.
Yes.
Too. So personal foul hurdling going to be called against Mountain Home. There is no beef from Steve Airy on the other side. And Miller with a great athletic play, but for the safety and protection, we saw, who was it, Elias in the softball?
Payne, yes.
get a touchdown with a leap. That should have been a penalty.
It should have been a penalty, yes.
Moves it back to the 13. So 1st and 17, Mountain Home after the penalties. Phillips drops back. He's looking deep. He's throwing deep. He's got Atkins. Flag comes in. Atkins runs away from Corey Anderson, and that's going to go for an 87-yard touchdown if it stands.
Well, it'll stand. There was a pass interference, but it was on a different receiver.
Yes.
And obviously a really great ball thrown right there, and big touchdown for Mountain Home.
Yeah, Phillips did a great job of buying time and just throwing a really good pass to his receiver, Carter Atkins, who is the leading receiver on their team. I think this is probably
his second touchdown tonight.
And probably his best game of the year already, I'd assume, with 326 maybe or something like that coming in.
387.
387.
Well, his biggest night was 109 yards in week 4. That was against Southside.
Where's he at tonight? He's eclipsed.
Give me just a minute.
Yeah, Terry's got the live stat feed over there.
They've updated.
Ballard on for the extra point, and it is good. And with 11:32 to go in the third quarter, it's 35-28 as one of these anomalies statistically, Justin. It's a one-play 80-yard drive, but they scored on an 87-yard pass.
That's right, yeah. Again, this is not typical Mountain Home football. This is probably going to be a very foreign stat sheet for them at the end of the night. They're typically a 350-yard rushing performance with maybe 85 to 130 yards passing. The quarterback has only thrown for 1,600 yards in 11 games. Tonight he's already eclipsed 200 yards.
Mountain Home now with 451 yards of total offense.
Yeah, we're gonna see probably 1,400 to 1,500 yards of offense tonight. It's going to be a scoring. Ooh.
So they kick off from the 45 and kicked it out of bounds. Wow. That's about as bad as you can get right there, Justin. You got the automatic touchback with Bellard's leg, and he kicked a sidewinder out of bounds at the 3.
Yeah, I'm going to be totally honest with you, Jim. I don't know why they wouldn't have either onside or sky kicked it.
Yeah.
With that field position, I think that would have been a great time to be aggressive or find a way to pin us deep.
Well, they haven't updated the live stats yet, but he should be somewhere in the 120-yard receiving, which would be his biggest game. That'd be his season best.
Quick score update. Mills and Bauxite are tied 21-all.
Good one on Dixon Road tonight as they're going to move it back to the 20. And the reason for that is they kicked off from the 45. The Benton crowd, you can hear them underneath barking about the placement of the football, but the kick was 15 yards because the pass interference penalty was assessed on the kickoff. And so the kick out of bounds, rather than it being from the 40 and marked at the 35, was from the 45 marked at the 20. It's correct. First down and 10. Panthers from their own 20. It's a give off to Poot coming near side. Deaton was trying to get out there to block. And Poot going to be run out of bounds at the 22.
It looked like they bottled Poot up. He did a great job of giving him that inside hip, changing the angle and still getting, a positive 2 out of the play.
That just feels like you got penalized twice.
It does.
I'm just going to say it.
Yeah. Drew throws Easton with the catch, and Snellings lunges to the 28. Talon Peterson on the tackle.
Yeah, they're giving us that isolation backside receiver just about every single time. They're really trying to fit that outside backer in the box, and they're playing hard inside leverage, so any outcut by our single receiver is going to be there.
3rd down and 2, big 3rd down early in the 3rd quarter. Benton leads 35-28. Barger, the H-back, give off to Gunner, and Gunner follows the line to a 1st down. Hunter Estes will make the tackle at the 32, but that'll move the chains.
Well, you're not going to arm tackle Gunner Deaton. Gunner's pound for pound. He's as strong at the line of scrimmage as any linebacker, and he's going to get a 1st down like that.
Absolutely, yeah. He was just showing off his 300-plus pound bench press on that run. Looks like we're going empty. We're spreading them out, creating a 5-man box. They just walk the guy down. So run-friendly.
Drew Davis gets a block from Barrett Pettit, and Drew's up to the 40-yard line. Give him 8, 2nd and 2.
You know, football, everybody likes to complicate it, but in reality, we could stay empty and just figure out what they're covering, what they're not, and I think we're more skilled than they are. It's a numbers game. We're doing it again. I think it's a great call. We have numbers over here on the 2 receiver side. It's 1v1, and they're in a bell man. We can do anything we want.
Drew drops back. Drew looking, surveying, throwing. Easton Snellings makes a great catch in traffic as he was sandwiched between 2 defenders and hauled it in at the 46.
That's Easton's 4th catch, right? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I mean, just what a great catch. And a catch in traffic, he elevated in order to get it. And, I mean, that's just a great football play.
Not a sophomore, not playing like a sophomore anymore. Very dependable. He's really grown into this offense and is definitely a weapon for us.
Kind of setting himself up for next year as being
right.
the go-to guy.
So we've got a whistle before the Panthers could get the playoff. A false start against the Panthers will back them up 5, make it 1st and 15.
And these penalties.
The good thing is that it's 1st down. We have 3 more downs to get 15, so we're going back to a 3-receiver trips left.
Ball on the near hash. Mountain Home showing pressure. Give it off to Gunner, and he creases the Mountain Home defense up the sideline. And Gunner picks up yardage down. We're going to see where they say he's out of bounds as Talon Peterson for Mountain Home is slow to get up.
Well, it only took us 1 play to get that 15 back. So
yep, it sure did. And a large credit goes to number 4, Easton Snellings, with that block on the outside.
He did a great job of digging out that linebacker.
They mark it at the 39, so 20 yards for Gunner as they say he stepped out of bounds at the 39 as medical staff checking on Talon Peterson, the injured Mountain Home bomber.
Peterson is the one that Snellings had locked up with.
Peterson being helped to his feet by Benton trainer T.J. White, the Mountain Home trainer as well, and it's very gingerly walking to the Mountain Home sideline.
I think he rolled that ankle.
Carter Atkins going to come over and give his teammate some support.
Good for Benton Panther 1st down.
Hey, Josh, you got Braden Harris right there by you.
Yeah, we've been exchanging a few thoughts about the game here, so fun hanging out with one of the coaches' guys.
Can you ask him if he's got any linebacker play left in him?
I can. I will.
Yeah.
The last time we played Mountain Home, he had a lot of running back play in it as well.
Exactly.
The negative.
No, Drew throws.
Pass interference.
Tried the back shoulder to Easton, and Gus Wilbur deflected it. Justin Ray wanted PI, didn't get the call. 2nd and 15.
Easton Stelling's the intended receiver.
Or excuse me, 2nd and 10.
Yeah, it's a great adjustment by Snellings there. Ball was that back shoulder throw, and he turned his body where only he could catch it, but the defender just made a good play, got a paw in there.
Panthers with trips to the wide side. Give it off to Gunner behind that O-line that's played very well tonight. Gunner picks up 2 to the 37. It'll be 3rd and 8.
We see Garrett Pilkington pushing a guy 10 yards down the field.
I'd like to see us at least get half of this and put ourselves in a 4th down and manageable.
So 3rd down and 8. Trips to the wide side of the field. 2 receivers near side. Empty gun for Drew. Drops back. Throws. He's got a receiver, and that's going to be a PI. 2 flags come out. He tried to hit Poot, and Poot was run over by Barrett Miller. And Benton's going to have a 1st down. That'll move it down to the 22.
Yeah, it's the second underthrown football that we've gotten bailed out with a penalty. Very good timing for that flag to come out on 3rd and 8. Because this is a very important drive for our football team right here.
So the Panthers on the cusp of the red zone at the Mountain Home 22. 1st down and 10 with 8:15 to go in the 3rd quarter. Panthers lead at 35-28. Benton jumped out to a 28-7 lead. And a very scrappy Mountain Home team refused to roll over, and it's been a battle here tonight at the Palace as Drew drops back, throws John Curtis Barger over the middle, inside the 10, down to the 7, a gain of 15, and it's 1st and goal.
That was a great switch route by the number 2 and 3 receiver right there. Poot was very unselfish, and he drew the defender with him to create that void in the field for his teammate, John Curtis.
Actually mark it at the 8. So 1st and goal Panthers at the 8-yard line as the Panther offense looks to the sideline. Play signaled in. Barger going to align as the H-back to the right. Deaton in the sidecar to Drew Davis's right. Now Drew changing the play, alerting the lineman. Going to move Deaton to his left. Snap clock at 1. And we have a very late whistle. And a flag thrown by the lines judge on the Mountain Home sideline. It looks like we're going to get a false start. The Panthers were trying to rush before to delay a game. And a false start's going to back Benton up to the 13.
Well, I didn't see who moved that time.
I didn't either. They executed the back shoulder, scored a touchdown, but false start is going to take those points off the board.
We have not called Will Carter's name in a while.
Well, you almost called it that time, but
Gus Wilbur is matched up with him one-on-one at the top of the screen. Barger and Poot also to the top of the screen. Snelling's down to the bottom as they swing it out to Deaton, and Deaton made a catch and was immediately tackled by Caden Del Soto, the linebacker, at the 11, just 2 yards at 2nd down and goal.
That was a very headsy play by Drew. I know it didn't look like it, but the concept was kind of burnt with the I guess the coverage and the adjustment of the defense. So he found kind of just an outlet.
2nd and goal at the 11. Drew going to keep, and that time the ball came loose. It's picked up by Talon Peterson.
That's a hold.
And he is running up the Benton sideline. Easton Snellings with a touchdown-saving tackle at midfield as that play just got discombobulated in the center of the field. Ball knocked out of Drew Davis's hands, and Mountain Home has it at midfield.
Well, there's a towel on the field, and right where the towel is, there was an incredible hold. He almost tackled the defender, keeping him from making the tackle. As you'll see, the ball squirts out here. And then as he runs, watch this right here. He grabs his jersey and holds him, but no flag.
Hunter Estes forced the fumble. As Phillips going to throw that one batted down. Good job by the PDC to bat that one down, incomplete.
That was Justin Monson.
By Carson Conyers.
Weston
Monson. I was about to talk to Justin.
Our pass rush is doing a great job tonight. We haven't been able to get him on the ground very often. He's very elusive, but we're making him have to move and throw off platform.
Snap back. There's the smoke draw again to Miller. And Miller tackled by Monson at the 45. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Bombers.
Boy, Monson stepping up right now. That's 2 big plays right there. If Monson doesn't make that tackle, he's still running.
So 3rd down and 5 for the Bombers at the Benton 45. Phillips changing the play. Trips to the right. Going to hand it off on a straight dive to Miller. Monson again on the tackle at the 41, and it's going to be 4th and 1, Mountain Home.
Miller was tackled by Weston.
Boy, big down. There's no way that the Bombers are coming off the field.
They hurry to the line. Tempo in the Panthers here.
Go.
Now they're going to pause.
We were disciplined on that. They try to draw us off sides.
PDC digging in. Phillips on the quarterback sneak, and he rolls off the pile for the first down to the 39. Needed 1, got 2, moved the chains, first down, Mountain Home. Fake to Miller. Phillips sets his feet, was looking for the throwback. It wasn't there, and the Panther defense converges. And Weston Monson has been a machine on this drive for the PDC. Another tackle, this for loss, back to the 41.
Well, Monson's certainly been a presence the entire game, but he hadn't been on the stat sheet very much, and all of a sudden he's jumped into the mix on this one drive.
Wonder if Dad said something to his son out there at halftime. 2nd down and 12. As Phillips fakes to Miller. He keeps to the near side. A.P. Lewis is going to bump him out of bounds around the 35. And it'll be 3rd down and 6.
It's 3rd down.
Looks like they're struggling to find what they want to get to in the playbook.
Noah Robertson in there. Drake Woodard in there. Avian Beard checks in at nose. Panthers with a 5-man front. They're bringing pressure. A hold was missed right in the middle of the field. There is the catch coming to the near side. Atkins, he's finally tackled by Cordy Anderson at the 15. A gain of 20, and Mountain Home's in the red zone.
I don't know how you don't have a single defender that's covering number 2.
No, there had to have been a bust in coverage. We were in cover 1, so somebody should have been a man.
1st down and 10, Mountain Home at the Benton 15. PDC's got to tighten the screws here as Mountain Home threatening to tie this game. Miller on the carry. Antonio Shelton and Drake Woodard combine on the tackle at the 9. Second down and 4. Again to Miller. And Monson, Shelton, and Stevens tackle him at the 7. It'll be 3rd and 2.
It's 3rd down.
Big play. 3rd down and 2. And the Panthers have jumped offside again. Mercy. Running out of toes. So move the football inside the 4. 1st down and goal for Mountain Home. Phillips going to follow Miller to the end zone, and Mountain Home is an extra point away from tying this game with 3:49 to go in the 3rd.
Well, it's 0-0, right, when we got the football, so we need to find a way to rally the troops, get something started, and we got to go win the fourth quarter.
It's Isaac Ballard on for the PAT. For Mountain Home as they have been fortuitous in turning Benton turnovers into points, Justin. We saw it in the first half. We see it again there as the Panthers were in the red zone about to score a fumble that Mountain Home returns to midfield, and they march down the field and tie this game with 3:49 to go. Josh, the sideline demeanor right now.
Well, there's a little concern. I'm taking a look around, and we've got some quandary on how exactly we got here. But, I talked to some folks earlier today, and one of my keys was we can't give them extra possessions, and we've given them extra possessions. And candidly, we have got to figure out why we are so lost on defense. You guys are right. How does number 2 find himself wide open?
Uncovered, yeah. Especially when you're not playing zone.
So Ballard this time is going to elect to kick it deep. CJ fields it at the 2.
Squirt there.
CJ finds a seam, and he is going to be tackled by the kicker, Ballard, at the 33.
Tackled by Isaac Ballard.
Is Connor, no, that's not Connor. I was afraid Connor Stevens had come up gimpy. Aiden Bateman, little gimpy for the Panthers after that one. So the offense is going to have it 1st and 10 at the 33. Good 32-yard return by C.J. Sellers.
This is the point in the game where players start making plays, and we got a lot of them on the field, so let's see what we can do.
It's going to be a first down give to Murdoch. He breaks a tackle.
Let's go.
Murdoch out to the 41. That's 8 yards on first down.
And that's a great play, Justin, because that just really makes things easy on the offensive coordinator. That whole playbook is open now.
That's exactly right. And they're starting to pinch. I'm waiting to see Drew ride that ball down, take one off the edge, and maybe take one to the house pretty soon.
Going to go back to Murdoch, and Murdoch, boy,
keep going.
He's doing everything on his own right there to the 47, 6 yards.
Patient, Ron.
We're really close to influencing that DN and outside backer. If they crash, Drew's going to be able to pull and escape out the backside.
Clock under 3 minutes in the third quarter. Panthers have it 1st and 10 at the 47. Fake to Murdoch. Drew going to keep. Drew looking for running room. Atkins going to force him out of bounds at the 49. Looked like he was looking to pitch to Poot, and Poot had got in front of him.
That's exactly right. Yeah, the pitch relationship kind of went south as soon as he pulled and went out. They didn't keep good pitch relationship, and Drew had to just kind of keep it.
It's Panther fans coming to their feet. 2nd down and 8, encouraging the...
They do not have a defense. There we go.
I wanted to say Maroon Machine, but they're in the grays tonight. 2nd down and 8. Drew going to air it out for Will. And a penalty coming up against Drew Vigna.
That's the 3rd time we've thrown it to Will Carter and gotten a pass interference call.
Well, they're certainly playing physical with him.
Pass interference against the Bombers, 15-yard penalty.
That'll move it down to the Mountain Home 36. It has become an energetic home crowd.
We need them.
Absolutely.
Need to get these guys out there a little bit of inspiration.
15-yard penalty good for Benton Panther. 1st down.
So 1st down Benton at the 36 following the PI. Fake to Murdoch. Good protection. Throwing for Poot. And it's beyond his grasp down inside the 10-yard line, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was great pass protection that time, but a great rush as well. And Drew had the time to throw the ball, but he didn't have as much time as he needed.
No, he didn't. I'd really like to see us throw some sort of a screen coming up, something easy. They're starting to pin their ears back and rush the quarterback. Now would be a good time for something high percentage like that.
The Panthers do set up a screen to Murdoch. Murdoch breaking
Let's
tackles.
go, Braden!
Down to the 21-yard line as Pilk was out there throwing blocks for him. Pick up a 15 and a first down.
Murdoch, I just love watching Brendan Murdoch run the football. He's patient when he gets it, but whenever he makes his decision to cut, he explodes. And that was a well-timed play call in a much-needed situation.
They've got coverage on Carter that they want.
So they hand it off to Brendan, and he's going to carry down inside the 19-yard line.
Boy, when the 8 falls down that close on Carter and there's no safety over the top, that's trouble.
I agree. Because he's got one of the prettiest releases there is. He made number 8 fall down earlier in the first quarter on a vertical release.
2nd down and 7. Drew gives it to Murdoch. Look at Murdoch go! Inside the 10, Atkins going to tackle him at the 3. 15 yards, and it's 1st and goal, Panthers.
What a great run by Murdoch that time. Great run. And even kept running once the contact is there.
I like to see Drew keep this at the side, not.
Panthers hurry to the line, snap it, hand it off to Murdoch, and he picks up nothing back to the line of scrimmage, 2nd and goal.
Yeah, Mountain Home just won that one at the line of scrimmage. They absolutely dominated our offensive line, and he ran right into about 5 white jerseys.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Drew had the option to pull on that one or not, but I was really anticipating him squeaking out the backside. Anytime he gets a one-on-one in this kind of space, he typically wins.
Harris, Ginther, Hurd, Pettit, Pilk with a devastating block. What a block by Garrett Pilkington to spring Drew Davis to the end zone.
That was a statement drive.
Yes,
right
it
there.
was.
That's exactly what we needed. We've been challenged. We stepped up, and that's exactly what we needed to happen.
Man, Pilk's block right there, just an absolute pancake. And Drew ran right to the vacant area and into the south end zone for a touchdown. Gabe Wilbur's crucial extra point is good. The cannon fires, and the ROTC begins to do their push-ups as the Panthers go up 42-35 with 42 seconds to go in the third. And, Josh, that was the medicine that Benton needed.
That's absolutely right. A lot of energy coming off the field right there. You know, you guys mentioned it earlier. This is the moment where, leaders got to lead and players got to show up. And offensively, we had several that did that right there.
Yep.
Now let's see if the PDC can come together and get us a stop. Much needed.
What a great high school football game.
Yes, it is.
Man.
That's what we were expecting, though, right?
We were. Maybe got a little over our skis with that 28-7 lead.
Yeah.
But 2 really fun football teams tonight. It's Wilbur's kickoff. Going to be in the end zone. And Mountain Home's going to have to go 80, and they've shown tonight that that's not the biggest challenge in the world to them.
Yeah, that's right. Well, we talk about kind of got over our skis. There's kind of 2 offensive philosophies, Justin, of one that's super aggressive, put them away and all of that, and then the other of punishing them. When you've got a big lead like that, just start pounding the rock. And the Panthers tried to be really aggressive, and it just didn't work.
Phillips throws underneath for Gus Wilbur. We've seen Wilbur on defense most of the night. He makes his first catch of the night and picks up a first down of 10 yards.
Is that Corey Anderson on the tackle?
Yes, yes. First down, Mountain Home. Phillips throwing for Wilbur, and a flag going to come in, and I believe Major Holloway going to get hit with a PI.
Complete. Caden Dotson, the intended receiver. There's a flag on the play. Pass interference against the Panthers, 15-yard penalty.
So that'll move it to the 45 and give Mountain Home a first down.
First and 10 Bombers from their own 45.
Conyers at nose. They hand it off to Miller. He's trying to patiently find a crease, and boy, the PDC did a good job plugging that one up. Late flag thrown by the referee behind the play.
Was tackled by Weston Monson.
The only thing I could think of would be a face mask.
Yeah, that's my fear too.
It was in the backfield, though.
Personal foul against the Panthers.
So the Panthers hit with 15-yard personal foul penalty, and Mountain Home's going to have it in Benton territory. And it's just the kind of gifts that you can't give them, Terry. That's not clean football.
That's not clean football. And right now, the Benton Panthers are the leading offensive weapon.
Moves it to the 38. First down, Mountain Home. Phillips takes a snap. He drops back. He's looking deep. He's throwing for Dotson, and Lewis.
Oh!
He came over, batted that away, and celebrated when he could have picked it off.
Yes, he popped the ball up in the air, and he started his celebration when he could have probably turned around and picked it.
It lands.
Well, that was a great recovery because that receiver was uncovered. So the closing speed right there was just saved us a touchdown. Yes.
The choreographed celebration came before the interception.
That one gets ready.
Yeah. So they go speed option to Miller. Miller to the 35, and that's going to leave Mountain Home with third down and 7 as the third quarter comes to an end. 12 minutes left in tonight's quarterfinal matchup, and it's Benton 42, Mountain Home 35 on the Benton Football Network.
For more than 30 years, Truman Ball Real Estate has proudly served Saline County, helping neighbors buy and sell homes while treating every client like family. Scott and his team at Truman Ball love Benton Panther football and would be honored to be on your team too. Truman Ball Real Estate, where clients become family.
Congo Fireplace and Patio has been Benton's go-to place for all your hearth needs since 1920. Stop by now and see over 20 live burning displays. With the South's largest selection of gas logs, gas inserts, and wood-burning stoves, Congo has what you need to heat your home this winter. Get any accessory you need for your fireplace and stove in one place. Plus, see the largest selection of pellet stoves. With over 90 years of combined sales and service, there's no other place to shop.
As we begin the fourth quarter, it's 42-35, Panthers over Mountain Home. Glen Rose has advanced. They defeat Atkins tonight, 19-9. So congratulations to the Beavers.
That's an interesting score. That's a score you don't hear very
That's
often.
old school.
Yeah.
That's Rick Spivey era football. So third down and 7, Mountain Home, as Phillips with a deep drop throws. Anderson cannot keep pace with Adkins, and that is going to be first and goal, Mountain Home at the 3. Wow.
That was an old school wing T play action pass, little crisscross of the two receivers on opposite sides of the field. Well executed by the quarterback.
Oh, boy, that was a great job.
So they gave it
Connor Stevens.
Gave it to Miller. Stevens on the tackle.
Tackle by Connor Stevens.
That was a good stop by Stevens. Hipskin came in and helped.
Give it to Miller, running wide. Miller to the end zone. Late flag thrown by the white hat, and that should be a hold.
Yeah, the left tackle. Left tackle looked like he was holding our defensive end.
Barrett Miller on the carry. There's a flag on the play.
So the second and goal from the 3 results in a touchdown, but a hold's going to wipe it out, and that'll move Mountain Home back to the 13.
And that's kind of a big deal.
Yeah, it's a real big deal.
Looks like Bryant has advanced as well, 42-0 over Fayetteville. And it also looks like Greenwood has put the mercy rule on Jonesboro, 52-21.
Close
Second
for a
and goal
quarter.
from the 12.
So the Panthers beat
Close to it.
Jonesboro 55-24, comparing scores, very comparable. Second and goal, Mountain Home at the 13 as Phillips drops back. He's being pressured by Conyers. Throws, boy, he was unloaded. And Phillips' throw unable to be hauled in the corner of the end zone. Phillips took a lick.
Weston Monson unloaded on him. Hopefully we can get a replay on that. That was great pressure initially by Conyers, I think. It was Conyers, and watch this hit. Just lost it.
Miller couldn't hold on to it. Payne in coverage. This is a huge play, boys. Third down and goal for Mountain Home. Empty gun for Phillips. Now he's going to bring Miller into the backfield, set him in a sidecar to the left. And now a whistle, and we've got to delay a game against Mountain Home. Back them up 5 more.
Delay of game, 5-yard penalty against the Bombers.
Boy, that's got to drive you crazy if you're a Mountain Home fan.
It's third down.
All right, Declan.
Cover
Taylor. Y'all yell right here. Hand off to Miller on the smoke. They're on. The Panthers read it well. As they've got him bottled up. Boy, Mountain Home's pushing the pile.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, my word. How did Miller come out of there?
Is that a fumble?
This is a train wreck of a play. Are they going to – it looked like the Panthers had stopped the pile at the 10. Miller squirted out of there. And they're going to mark him down at the 1. Fourth down and goal. What a crazy play.
Well, I hope our team, we want to watch that play again at the appropriate time, but right now they're about to snap.
Hurry to the line. Hand off to Miller. Touchdown. Barrett Miller dives into the end zone. And the Bombers are a PAT away from tying the game with 10:28 to go.
Yeah, I would like to see how he squirted out of this thing.
So you see they get him, and Shelton should have just fallen down. But somehow he squirted out of that, and he was down. I thought he fumbled it. I really did thought he fumbled it, but he was down. What a play.
So the Miller touchdown, Ballard's extra point is up, and it is good, and we are knotted again at 42 with 10:28 to go. Josh, you had a field-level view of that play on third and goal from the 17. It looked like Benton had him bottled up, never heard a whistle, and Miller was able to squirt free.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of crazy how long they're letting some of these push plays go, you know. It looked like forward progress was stopped to me, but they just kept letting them roll.
It was definitely stopped for long enough for them to blow the whistle. We had 4, I think, guys had him wrapped up, and then they started pushing the pile, and the offensive line did a good job of pushing our guys off of him.
Boy, and this is what you love, though. This is season on the line.
Yes.
And kids playing hard to the whistle. So credit Mountain Home's offensive line for getting in there and making a difference. As Ballard's kickoff, he's going to pooch this one. Easton Snelling's going to come up and field it at the 15. Easton breaks it to the right, spins out of a tackle, tried to spin out of another one and could not, and he's going to be down at the 27, and that's where Benton has it with 10:20 to go, all tied at 42.
Yeah, I think this is one of those drives in the remainder of the football game. You know, I know there's 3 players on our team that need to touch the rock. You know, it's the guys that have kind of carried us all year, and it starts with Drew Davis, Will Carter, and Carson Collett.
First and 10 Panthers from their own.
Well, they've got me all collywobbles right now.
It's a swing out to Collett. Collett
there we
up
go.
the Benton sideline.
Oh, come on.
And Trey Holliday absolutely decapitated Carson Collett at the 40-yard line. 13 yards on the gain as Pilkington helps Ford Coleman with an equipment issue. First down, Panthers at the 40.
Equipment issue is Collett's probably looking out of his ear hole.
We are going to get a penalty assessed against Mountain Home, 5 yards to the 45. So first down, Benton at the 45, all tied at 42. Davis takes a snap, looks and throws, catch by Barger. He's in Mountain Home territory, lunges for a first down to the Bomber 43, gain of 12.
Was a great pass.
Great pass, great adjustment by John Curtis Barger. And
had a good turn, too.
He did.
Yeah.
And he finished the run aggressively.
First down and 10, Benton at the 43 of Mountain Home.
Didn't adjust.
Carter comes in motion. Davis throws underneath. Will with the catch. Makes Bellamy miss. Estes is going to make the tackle at the 31, a gain of 12, and Benton methodically moving down the field.
They're doing a great job of just taking what the defense is giving them, getting the ball in playmakers' hands and letting them work.
First down and 10 Panthers at the Bomber 31. Clock under 10 minutes to go in the ball game. Ball on the near hash. Davis takes a snap, looking, throwing underneath to Barger, who makes the catch. And Carter Atkins jumps on his back. Barger takes him for a ride inside the 20. They're going to mark him down at the 19. Another 12-yard gain, and Benton's in the red zone.
Well, John Curtis Barger is just a real weapon right now.
They're playing off in the slot, and we're just getting them with a small double move and breaking to the flats, and it's very difficult to cover.
So first down and 10 Benton at the Bomber 19. Davis with Deaton in the backfield. Snap. Drew Lux throws on the slant and almost picked off as the free safety broke on it. Incomplete. Hunter Estes couldn't hold on to it. Thank goodness.
Boy, we lucked out there because he read that like a book.
Yes. Yeah, I'd like to see a little motion here. See how they're gonna defend motion again. They haven't adjusted to it all night. I also wouldn't mind seeing a little slip screen, get the ball to some of our playmakers in space.
Empty gun for Drew. Trips to the right. Snellings and Collett to the left. Drew going to throw on the run. Catch made by Collett. Flag thrown by the back judge. Collett is down to the 5-yard line. Justin, are we going to get a pick?
It shouldn't be. The passing concept are all verticals.
Hold on the defense.
There we go.
And the Panthers decline at 14 yards. Collett on the reception, and Benton has it first and goal at the 5.
That is not where Drew wanted to go at the beginning of the play. He was trying to look the safety off. He got a little pressure and did a phenomenal job stepping up in the pocket, eyes down the field, and found his receiver open.
So Carter and Barger split to the right. Collett and Snellings to the left. Deaton in the backfield with senior quarterback Drew Davis. Now the Panthers adjust. Bring Collett to the backfield. Now motion him out. Now bring him back.
Give it to him. Yeah.
Ooh, Collett as he hung that one out, and Collett held on to it as Drew Vigna had just had.
That is the first time in the red zone they did not go man coverage. And that was a man beater concept. Very well designed, but they squatted the corner for the very first time all night.
And it results in a 2-yard loss. 2nd and goal at the 7. And the Panthers going to get hit with a false start.
Yeah, Will Carter moved too early on that snap.
There's a flag on the play.
As Barrett Pettit comes in, asks Hunter Estes to get back to his huddle. That's going to back the Panthers up to the 12 following the false start.
This is a big play right here.
Yes, it is.
2nd down and goal, Panthers at the Bomber 12. Carter goes in motion as Drew went under center. Going to throw underneath. Catch! Touchdown! Gunner Deaton!
It was a great design, naked bootleg. Gunner, was that Gunner?
Yep.
Yeah, it was Gunner.
Gunner did a great job of committed to the flats. Quarterback threw it to where he could keep his momentum going.
Watch the discipline here as he rolls out, throws a soft ball, great touch, and Gunner putting his head down, getting across the goal line. Big touchdown by Gunner.
That's exactly what we needed.
Gabe Wilbur on for another crucial extra point. Perfect snap and hold. Gabe drills it. Cannons fire, and the Panthers go back up 49-42 with 8:27 to go in the ball game. And Josh, whew, I cannot imagine the emotion down there on the sideline.
Man, it is. This is a lot of fun. Would my blood pressure like us to be up by 3 again? Absolutely. But, it's fun seeing these kids rally around each other right now. A lot of high-fiving, a lot of excitement and just emotion right now on this defense getting ready to go out and do their job.
Yep, and that's what we need, Justin. The PDC has been porous.
Yes, they have.
It is time to stop the leaks and get a stop right here.
Well, now, I'm a defensive guy.
Okay, Terry.
I love defense. I need them.
Yes.
I need them to make a stop right here.
Absolutely. Need one big stop as Gabe's kickoff is going to go into the end zone. And Mountain Home will have it 1st and 10 at their own 20 with 8:27 remaining.
Yeah, Jim, you made a comment earlier in the broadcast before the game started. I think one of your friends may have said it. First team to 63 is going to win this game. And
Jeff Roberts.
Jeff Roberts. So I think that's going to hold true. I think 63 is the number.
Jeff Roberts, prophetic. Need a stop right here, boys. 1st and 10, Mountain Home at their own 20. Phillips drops back. Phillips throws for Wilbur, incomplete as Corey Anderson might have gotten a fingertip on it. And it'll be 2nd down and 10.
Justin, I think that coaching staff has seen the same thing that we've seen. They are picking on Anderson all night long. They're throwing at him almost every deep ball.
Yes. Yeah, he seems a little lost tonight.
2nd down and 10. Mountain Home at the 20. So they hand it off to Miller, and Miller is tackled by Drake Woodard. I'm telling you, the sophomore has played phenomenal tonight.
He just engulfed.
Hey, he's played big all season.
No gain. It's
A lot of times coming off the bench, but he's been a factor in many of our games.
Yes, he has.
3rd down and 10. Big play. Empty gun. Phillips drops back. He's looking left. Boom. He's hit from behind and dumped by Connor Stevens.
Energizer Bunny. My goodness, that dude was relentless on that pass rush. I think he went 10 yards upfield. redirected and made a heck of a play.
And the Panthers are going to have to be real careful here.
Phillips is the punter.
They can leave no chance.
Bodenhammer will snap. Corey Anderson goes back to the Panther 45 to return the punt. Benton leaving the defensive personnel on the field. And Phillips does punt it away. It's an end-over-end punt, fielded at the 45. Corey Anderson is going to pick up a first down to the Mountain Home 45. 10 yards. You field it in the air, get 10 yards, mission accomplished.
Yes, absolutely, every time.
You know, what you've seen in games previous before he got comfortable, he was letting that bounce.
Yes.
You know, and that just probably saved us 30 yards of field position. Great job by Corey Anderson.
So here's what we've got, gang. 7 minutes to go. Benton leads by 7 and begins this possession on the Mountain Home side of the 50. First down and 10 at the Bomber 45. Davis motions Barger out wide. Going to throw it to Cobb. Cobb on the double pass. He's got no, but they're going to throw a flag and we'll take it. PI coming up on Vina. Boy, the play was set up perfectly. Cobb got some pressure, still able to get rid of the football, but it hung up, and Vina going to get hit with a pass interference. Benton's going to have it first and 10 at the 30.
That's right. Cobb's, he's cold on the sideline. He gets thrown in the game. He did a great job of avoiding contact, getting the ball off. He is a gunslinger. He has a gunslinger mentality, and he found a way to win on that play.
Little Baker Mayfield dish.
Yes. I love watching him play. Cobb, not Baker. I like Baker as well.
First down and 10, Benton at the 30. It's Davis. Instructions to his O-line. Brendan Murdoch back in there. Davis sets. Davis throws. Catch! Touchdown, JCB! And the Panthers go up 2 scores with 6:46 to go.
John Curtis Barger has been a weapon this second half.
Yes, he
and
has.
What a great play for him to get a really, really big touchdown in this ball game.
He did a great job of slipping his defender and then running away from the safety, and that was a big-time throw at a big-time moment by Drew Davis.
55-42, Panthers lead. Wilbur's extra point forthcoming. Good snap from right, hold by Snellings. And Wilbur's PAT is good. The cannons fire. The ROTC going to have massive biceps by the time this one's done. As Benton goes up 56-42. Terry, we talked about get a stop. They got the 3 and out, and look what the offense did with it. A PI, a 30-yard touchdown pass.
Yeah, and the beautiful part about the last defensive stand was the third down play by Stevens.
Yes.
That was just such a huge play in that overall series, and couldn't have come at a more perfect time. Now the PDC needs to get one more stop, and let's start dropping the hammer.
I agree.
Put 63 on the board and go home.
Yeah, we've got to make Jeff Roberts' prediction come true, right?
Boxside advance over Mills, 40-28 final.
Wow. Way to go, Miners. So Bryant is in the semifinals next week. They'll host Rogers. Boxside is in the quarterfinals of 4A next week, and the Panthers are 6:46 away from a trip to Greenwood next Friday.
So Marion and Sylvan Hills are now getting into the fourth quarter, and Marion has the lead 25-20 over Sylvan Hills.
What a game. Snap back to Phillips. Sets up the screen for Miller. It is set up very nicely. There goes Miller running right down the middle of the field to the 48-yard line before Trey Stewart can make the tackle. Justin, they set that one up beautifully.
Yes, they did. That's a very well-designed play. I don't know why people don't use more screens. I think it's a cheat code in high school football.
First and 10. Mountain Home at their own 48. Phillips drops back, sidearms this one to Atkins. Atkins is going to be tackled by A.P. Lewis and Connor Stevens at the Benton 41, 11 yards and another Mountain Home first down.
You know, Brantley Phillips is a kid coming in with only 1,600 yards passing. He's got a scholarship to go play college football at the quarterback position. I was scratching my head a little bit when I heard that, but I see the potential of this kid.
So give it off to Miller. Miller with running room. Miller in the red zone, tackled by A.P. Lewis at the 19-yard line. And Mountain Home immediately threatening.
You know, defending the screen is kind of like one of those life lessons if you're a defender. If it's too good to be true,
That's right.
It is.
Yeah.
In the words of old Coach Mack, if it's easy, it's sleazy.
Yeah. Phillips throws, catch by Atkins. He makes Lewis miss, and Atkins is going to carry to the end zone. Touchdown, Mountain Home. And after a 3-and-out stop, Mountain Home goes right down the field, 80 yards in 4 plays.
Well, there's nothing to it but to do it. The offense needs to go put 63 on the board. Go back up another possession. Just continue to extend the lead.
We need 2 guys assigned to number 2.
Yeah.
Every play.
Snap, hold, kick, good. 56-49.
Extra point attempt is good.
On a defense optional night at the Palace.
5:33 remains in the fourth quarter. Benton 56, Mountain Home 49.
You know, I think back to our halftime interview with Rick Spivey, and he talked about winning against Hot Springs 12-6. We may never see a game like that again, Justin.
Never. No, I think that brand of football is dying.
It makes me sad.
And Josh, as a defensive guy, what's your take on this tonight?
Ryan, sometimes speed just kills.
Huh?
And right there, that was fast. We're going to put our dudes, and we're coming at you. It was like shock and awe right there was their offensive strategy, and it worked.
Wow. So some Benton ties to Carter Adkins. Is it Cordy's going to let that one go over his head into the end zone? So Benton's going to have it 1st and 10 at the 20 with 5:33 to go, and something tells me the plan is not going to be to milk 5:33 off the clock tonight, Justin, the
Absolutely
way this one's
not.
gone.
No, I think we're in a must-score situation. Continue to keep your foot on the gas pedal, and let's go score as many points as we possibly can. You know, we're not built to slow down.
Yeah. It's Murdoch in the backfield. Drew Davis going to pitch it to him. Brendan running wide, and he breaks 2 tackles. Nice cutback, and Brendan's going to pick up 12.
So shifty.
Isn't he, though?
He has really come on and added a much-needed spark in the run game for us.
And stayed in bounds.
Yes.
Very good point, Terry. So clock rolls following the setting of the chains. 1st down and 10. Panthers at the 32. It's Drew Davis, the SAU commit. Looks to the sideline. Takes the snap. Hands it off to Murdoch, and Murdoch running behind Barrett Pettit. Carries for 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5.
Brendan Murdoch was tackled by Hunter Estes.
Barrett Pettit just blocked his guy about 15 yards down the field and then tried to help him up after pancaking him. And I don't think he liked it too much.
No, he did not.
The Panthers are...
I really like the alignment of their defensive backs. It's set up.
Milking the clock. Going to swing it out to Carson Collett. He gets a block from Barger. And Collett is going to carry to the 46-yard line. Good for a first down, 9 yards. But how about the block by JCB?
Yep.
He's come on big in this fourth quarter. He's made some extremely important plays, not only catching the football but also blocking.
Clock nearing the 4-minute mark.
Gain of 14, good for Benton Panther.
Benton 56, Mountain Home 49. Panthers milking the snap clock on this drive. Power to the right. Give to Murdoch, trying to run that way, and Mountain Home going to drop him for a short loss. They're going to actually mark it back at the 45, so it'll be 2nd and 11.
Brendan Murdoch was tackled.
Yeah, that time he came through untouched on a little outside blitz. Was able to get the runner slowed up enough that he was able to get to him before he got to the line of scrimmage.
3:30 remaining. 2nd and 11. Fake to Murdoch. Throw to Snellings. Easton with a nice spin move down to the 45-yard line. And that's going to leave Benton with they're going to mark it at the 46. So 3rd and 2.
Well, we've got 2 unkind marks. We started this drive off 1st and 10 and a half.
8 and 9. 3rd down 2.
So 3rd down and 2 Panthers. Clock under 3 minutes. Sam Harris getting ready to snap. Panthers going to go empty gun on 3rd and 2. Drew Davis keeping all the way. He's got the first down, running behind Harris and Pettit. A couple of underclassmen leading the way for Drew Davis to pick up the first down to the 42.
Well, that's a senior leader run right there.
Yes,
he
it
lowered
is.
that head and squirted through that little gap.
That's a kid that's not ready to go home.
First down Panthers at the 42. Drive started with 5:33 remaining. Clock now at 2:20. Panthers earning yards and chewing up clock. Davis. He pulls. Davis keeps. Drew with running room. Into open field. Inside the 20. 10 touchdown. Drew Davis, 42 yards. And there you go, Jeff Roberts. First one to 60. The Benton Panthers, 62-49.
Yes, sir. Watch this explosion when he made that cut right there and splits the defenders. What a leader.
That's exactly right. What a leader. Great football player. I've been waiting for that play to explode. We've been running it all night. They finally jumped. Last time we ran that, Poot did not keep his pitch position, and it kind of ruined the spacing of the play. That time the spacing was perfect. He gave a little pump, was able to put his right foot in the ground, get vertical, and you saw what he could do once he gets ahead of steam.
Your Edward Jones agent Caitlin King drive summary. After Mountain Home had cut the Benton lead to 7, the Panthers go 80 yards and 7 plays and take 3:32 off that clock, Justin, to go back up 2 scores at 63-49.
Yeah, unless some really unfortunate situation happens, I'm not even going to say it. I'm going to keep my mouth shut.
Please do.
So Drew Davis in this game, 32 of 43 for 387 yards and 6 touchdowns in the air.
It's Wilbur's kickoff into the end zone, touchback. Terry continues.
On the ground, 127 yards and 3 touchdowns. That is 9 touchdowns in this game, fellas.
I don't know if.
What is the combined? Is the combined yards 500?
The combined yards is 514. 514
and 9
total
touchdowns.
Yards and 9 touchdowns.
I can't remember a time that I've ever seen those stats.
Let's get to the play here.
First down, Mountain Home, as Phillips going to throw. Catch while seated on the turf by Bryce Kincaid. Now Mountain Home's going to go fast.
Tackle by Frank
Second
Hobbs.
down and 5. Frank Hobbs credited with the tackle by Mason Woolbright. Phillips throws, catch made underneath by Cudworth. And it's going to be 3rd and 1.
To take Cudworth.
I completely missed the Frank
Tackle by Trey
reference.
Stewart.
3rd down and 1. Mountain Home. Quick snap. Hand off to Miller. Miller's going to have the first down. He breaks a tackle, and he's finally going to be brought down. Is that
that's
Trey Stewart on the tackle at the 45?
2 straight tackles by Trey Stewart.
So Mountain Home does have 3 timeouts, and now we've got a whistle.
First down.
And a Mountain Home player is injured on their sideline. With 1:20 to go, Bombers with 3 timeouts, Panthers with 2. 63-49. And Josh, I saw you down there a minute ago hugging Brendan Murdoch.
Yeah, I had to come over and give him and, sometimes, that guy in basketball that sets the picks, doesn't see a lot of the stat sheet. Man, our running backs tonight from field level, I can just tell you, they have been workhorses on some of the stuff that just doesn't hit the stat sheet.
Yep.
Very proud of them.
Good observation. And fellas, I don't know, but I think that might be Miller that got hurt over there.
I think it is. I don't see him on the field.
Our crack film crew tells me it is Miller that is hurt on the sidelines.
The outstanding DMAC Award finalist running back for Mountain Home has gone over 2,000 yards rushing tonight. And he is being attended to. Now he sits up.
And Sylvan Hills has taken the lead 28-25 over Marion.
It's Barrett Miller.
10 minutes to go in that game, by the way.
He's now seated. You talked, Justin, about the quarterback, Brantley Phillips. He has an offer from SEMO. But by far the best passing night of his season. And it's not even close.
Yeah, and the more I'm watching him, the more I'm convinced that the reason why he's only thrown for 1,600 is just because of their play style. Has nothing to do with the caliber of quarterback that he is.
So Phillips pressured, rolling to the right, throwing downfield, almost picked off by A.P. Lewis, and a flag comes in from the back judge.
Boy, that was a great no call of the backfield. Stevens pressuring the quarterback.
Phillips pass incomplete. There's a
Had a little
flag
bit
on
of
the play.
contact there,
Against the Panthers.
unintentional.
Penalty against the Panthers, going to move the football into Benton territory. They're going to set it down at the Benton 45, and it'll be 1st down and 10 for Mountain Home. 1:12 remaining. Empty gun for Mountain Home. Trips to the near side. Pressure coming from Robertson, and he hits Phillips as he got rid of the football. And the Seminole State signee for baseball announces his presence to Brantley Phillips.
Boy, that was close to being an interception by A.P. Lewis, and he was going to take that to the house.
2nd down and 10, Mountain Home. Ball at the Benton 45. 5 receiver set. Play being signaled in from the Mountain Home sideline. Phillips takes a snap. Panthers bringing pressure. Phillips escapes, and he is going to be tackled out of bounds by Antonio Shelton. A yard shy of the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 1.
Nice job by Shelton.
Brantley Phillips was tackled by Antonio Shelton.
Exactly a minute remaining here tonight in the quarterfinals. Third down and 1. They hand it off to Connor Schultz, who replaces Miller in the backfield. And Schultz, a senior running back for Mountain Home, carries to the 29 And a Mountain Home first down. Mountain Home hurrying to the line of scrimmage. They still have 3 timeouts.
And that clock is continuously rolling. They're at 45 seconds.
Phillips pressured, throws. He was just trying to get rid of that one, and a flag comes in as Trey Stewart and Caden Dotson were locked up over here. And the line judge on the Benton sideline threw the marker.
Well,
and a hold against Benton will give Mountain Home an automatic first down.
Are they saying that he held him on the press coverage?
Yeah. So 10 yards, first down inside the 20-yard line for Mountain Home. 37 seconds remaining. Phillips takes a snap, throwing for the corner, and it is incomplete as A.P. Lewis. A.P. Lewis has been working on his choreography.
Yes,
Justin.
he has. I think he started his dance prior to the ball hitting the ground again.
Second down and 10.
Coach Forte is going to need to coach him up on the timing.
Yeah.
Going into next week.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're not
Phillips.
covering number 4.
Looking for 4. Overthrows him. Cordell. Did he pick it off? Yes. Cordell Payne with his 8th pick of the year. And that should do it with 23 seconds left. Panthers up 63-49, and Cordell Payne, the senior safety, has sealed it. And there's a little south end zone magic for you.
This is a big win for the Panthers.
A lot of adversity
Yes.
that we overcame tonight.
Yes.
You could tell these bunch of seniors were not ready for this to be the last game they played. But it is the last game that they'll play here.
So Panthers going to take a knee. Drew Davis takes a snap, takes a knee. And Steve Airy is going to elect to sit on those 3 timeouts as the Benton Panthers. Brad Harris salutes the Palace crowd as Benton advances to the quarterfinals and a Black Friday trip to Greenwood as Benton wins it tonight 63-49 over Mountain Home in a great high school football game between 2 refuse-to-die resilient teams, Justin.
This is one of the best high school football games that I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
2 very, very well-coached football teams. You could tell the character of the kids on both sides. Very high class. I could go on for days about Mountain Home's coaching staff and the turnaround that they've had on this program. The way that their kids play is a direct reflection of how they're coached, and they're an outstanding team, and I could just go on and on about the character of the kids at Mountain Home.
Well, they've got a talented football team, and they're probably 1 or 2 skill players away from being a powerhouse program. But man, what a fight they put up tonight!
Absolutely. And how about our seniors refusing to lose tonight? There were so many times and moments in the game that we could have let it slip, but we held on to that rope together. And Barger came up huge. Senior.
Yeah.
We had so many guys. Gunnar Deaton came up huge on a touchdown. Guys that haven't really just exploded on the stat sheet this year when we needed plays to be made down the stretch. We had some seniors that really stepped up. Very proud.
Panthers win at 63-49. We're going to step aside, take a break, and be back with our post-game show tonight celebrating a Benton Panther win.
Does your financial advisor take the time to really listen to you? When you work with Caitlin King, your Edward Jones financial advisor, she focuses on what's important to you. You'll work together to create a personalized financial strategy to help you reach your goals. And you can partner long-term to help your strategy stay on track. Contact Caitlin today at 315-5488. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
The Everett difference.
Does your financial advisor take the time?
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years, our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
Hi, I'm Miranda Kirkendall, owner and advanced nurse injector here at Solux Aesthetics in the heart of downtown Benton. I've had the pleasure of serving our community for the last 4 years. At Solux, it's not about changing who you are, it's about making you feel comfortable and confident in your own skin with the results that look natural and true to you. Whether it's Botox, filler, or skin treatment, I focus on results that look fresh, natural, and unique. I'd love for you to stop by and see me at 149 South Market Street or give me a call at 501-249-4177.
The Everett difference means we treat everyone with respect and honesty. Our customers know firsthand how that feels.
You are their main focus.
They're all working toward the same common goal, which is providing exceptional customer experience.
Everett has earned our trust.
Everett always gives me the best deal. Always.
Everett made it happen.
That's the only place we will ever buy a car from, ever.
We are grateful for the opportunity to serve. Discover the Everett difference for yourself.
Panther fans, it's hard to beat Friday Night Football in Benton, Arkansas. Each year, our players, coaches, cheerleaders, dance team, and band work countless hours to achieve perfection on the field and become the pride of our hometown. My name is Brian Black, class of '89, and for many years, our team at BCOH Architects has worked hard to make you proud of the town we live in. ACDI, the River Center, Boys and Girls Club, and Benton Event Center are some of our favorite projects. We want to make Benton shine, and we look forward to many more years serving you. Go Panthers!
You see Brad Harris talking with his Benton Fighting Panthers, who are celebrating a quarterfinal win over Mountain Home tonight, 63-49. And the Panthers will go to the semifinals for the 7th time in Brad Harris's tenure with the Panthers. They're going to get a picture. Did not get that conference championship picture after the Marion game. Kind of got lost on everybody, so this is to make up for what was missed 2 weeks ago. And Josh is Johnny on the spot, going to get in there before the print media does. And we're going to get to hear Brad Harris's thoughts on a big win tonight over Mountain Home.
Yeah,
take it away, Josh.
Absolutely. A big win. I mean, pick your storyline tonight, right? So, I mean, adversity, ups, downs, just give us your thoughts on how this thing came to a conclusion.
Well, I want to rewind all the way back when we were up 28-7 and we onside. If we don't get off sides right there, it's probably 35-7, and that might be the backbreaker. And that was kind of the story of the night from then on. We just kept making little mistakes that continue to give them opportunities. And when you give good teams opportunities, you get in a shootout like this. You know, and it wasn't always pretty, but I'll take an ugly win every day of the week in the second round of the playoffs, every day of the week. And I give those guys a lot of pride right there, man. Those guys are good. They're real good. Those guys are athletic. And they're physical, they're big and long, and they played really hard, but our guys responded every time that we faced a little adversity tonight. Responded underneath the tent, defensively, offensively, made a couple of adjustments. made a couple of great calls offensively, executed them, man. I mean, just real proud of what our kids did tonight, man.
Yeah, awesome. Absolutely. I mentioned a little bit ago some of the things that didn't stand out on the stat sheets that you sometimes see from, our running backs, both Brendan and Gunner in the blocking. But anything that really stood out to you tonight from a unit or an individual?
I think our offensive line, I'll have to go back and look at it, but I think they played really solid. They kept Drew clean most of the night. They started doing some things different and giving us a 4-2 look. And, early on we were protecting really well, but the offensive line played really well tonight. I thought, I may look at film and think they didn't play well at all, but right now I think they played well. So that unit, I mean, we talk about being the best five on the field, having the best chemistry. Those guys are gelling together, man, and they're taking some pride in taking care of Drew Davis and the running backs right now. So we got work to do. We got to go Greenwood, I guess. I don't know who won that game, but the biggest thing I can say, Jim Garner. All right, we're practicing on Thanksgiving week again, baby. Okay?
Yep.
All right, that's the number one thing, all right? Got a chance to play for a 6A state championship if we can win next week, and that's the big one, man. All right, real proud of our program. Appreciate you guys.
Congratulations, Coach. Yes, absolutely. Yeah.
It's one of my favorite Thanksgiving traditions, and that is loading up tables at Northside Church of Christ and bringing them to the complex for the breakfast on Thanksgiving morning after practice. Nothing like it.
No, nothing like it at all. I've experienced, I guess, 6 of them, and it's turned into a tradition here in Benton. And that's one thing that Coach Harris has always preached and that's the goal. Every single year is to make sure we're still playing on Thanksgiving, and this is 4 years in a row.
4 years in a row. And I remember one of the first things he said when he became head coach, Terry, was that needs to be a tradition in this town, that people are showing up for Thanksgiving practice. And 7 out of 10 years, and one of those was the COVID year, where it was really taken away from the kids even the opportunity to advance.
Yeah, and I where you want to be is where that's an expectation. So if you're not doing it, you've failed your goal. And the fact that has become the expectation says a lot about the growth of the program and where we are as a program.
Yeah.
Now we're just 2 wins away, right?
Yeah, and get a chance for that monumental opportunity to go to Greenwood, where they haven't lost since 2014 when El Dorado went there and knocked them off in the playoffs. The win streak is legendary, and we saw, Justin, I'm going to lean on you here in 2022. We go there, we get a pick 6 on the first play of the game, and felt like throughout that entire game, this may be our opportunity, and just could not seal the deal. It is hard to win at Greenwood.
It's very hard to win. Their kids believe in what they do. They have a never die mentality. Their coaching staff, their community are all on board all the time. They're a powerhouse, right? They have been for 2 decades now, and they've won a lot of championships. They breed them there, right? So when they're 6 years old, the kids that are there, seniors now, their expectation, we're talking about our expectations making it to Thanksgiving, their expectations for their entire life has been to win a state championship. And it's a really neat community up there. But like you said, you couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
No. Yep. So Chris Young, the head coach, son of legendary Joe Fred Young, he's been in the state championship every year he's been head coach at Greenwood. And one of the things I admire about that community, Terry, is every time we've been there, every storefront, every sign, you're talking about an entire community that is bought in.
Oh, yeah.
Greenwood is the model.
Yeah. And I'm not really sure what their win record is at home, but I don't think they've lost a home game in years.
2014.
Yeah.
2014 was
so
El Dorado
11
in the playoffs.
years.
Yeah.
That's just phenomenal. And hats off to them for building such a program like that. But as we entered this season, everybody knew that the path to the state championship was through Greenwood, either through the playoff procedure or meeting them there. And, boy, I'm excited for this football game. I think Benton and Greenwood match up really well together. Greenwood has got a phenomenal quarterback, Kane Archer, and Benton has got a phenomenal quarterback in Drew Davis, who proved it on the field tonight. And what a huge matchup next week for the 6A semifinals.
It's going to be a good one, and I think in some ways getting an opportunity to see Drew and Kane Archer on the same field.
Oh, yeah.
It's been something I think everybody's sort of hoped for, and we're going to get to have that hope fulfilled next Friday at Greenwood. You got stats ready to roll, Will? All right, final stats, they're going to be astronomical. I'm just warning you. Here we go.
Almost 1,300 yards of total offense.
Crazy.
I believe you said 1,300.
I did, yeah. That's what I predicted. I'll tell you another. Look at the penalty yards. 239 yards of penalties.
Yeah.
Combined.
Yeah, definitely not clean, but, like Coach said, we'll take an ugly win, right?
I do not remember over 30 first downs in a game.
36.
Guys, look at the total first downs. That just jumped out to me as well. 65.
First
Is that
downs
right?
combined?
No? Yeah.
Yes.
65 first downs. I'm going to tell you what. You may want to go ahead and keep this, and let's compare it to next week, because there's going to be a lot of offense on that field, a lot of talent. Greenwood has more talent probably on their sideline than most teams have on the field, and I feel like we're right there with them. Yeah. So it's going to be a tough out. Definitely, their defense is always well prepared. They have a phenomenal defensive coach, but we also are bred to score points as well. So,
all right,
we'll see.
Individual stats, Terry.
Yeah, individual stats. Mountain Home completes a big season for them. Brantley Phillips, their quarterback, 17 of 31 for 378 yards and 3 touchdowns. And then Barrett Miller, the other big player for them, 23 carries for 196 yards and 2 touchdowns. Great ending to the season for both of those young men. But Drew Davis, 32 of 43 for 387 yards and 6 touchdowns in the air, while rushing for 127 and 3 on the ground. Just a phenomenal night from Drew Davis. That is like 514 yards and 9 touchdowns total offense, which is one of the greatest offensive performances that I think that I can remember. I remember Wallace Foote having that one game, and I can't remember what his total yards were, but it was up there. It was
north of 300.
Yeah, it was up there. And then we had John Curtis Barger. Are you ready for this? John Curtis Barger had 6 receptions for 97 yards and a touchdown. Carson Collett with 114 yards and 3 touchdowns. Will Carter with 82 yards. He was needing what?
He was needing
83. So he's at 999.
Oh, my goodness. So Will Carter's next catch will put him over 1,000 yards for the season.
And his next touchdown.
Yeah.
And, he only had one, right, Terry?
Yes.
What's that?
1 touchdown receiving for Will.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, 1 touchdown.
So that gives him 16 on the season and ties Drew Harris.
Yeah. And Easton Snellings had 49 yards receiving. Just a great night by the Panthers. Antonio Shelton had 8 tackles and a quarterback sack. Stevens, who played a phenomenal second half, 6 tackles with a quarterback sack, and then the big interception by Payne to basically seal the victory.
Well, and don't forget the big interception by Corey at the end of the first half when Mount Home was threatening to score, and Corey gets that big
exactly
interception.
Right.
at the end of the first half.
Apologies to Corey because it wasn't on my sheet.
Yeah. So, man, there is a lot of worthy MVPs tonight.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of football played.
There was. And but the Neo Home Loan sponsor, who's probably in the air somewhere over the Atlantic Ocean, demands that we pick one on each side of the football.
I can't see another one on offense other than Drew
I
Davis.
think that's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Yep. So Drew is our offensive MVP tonight. Defensively, Terry, you were really hawking the tackle chart for us tonight.
Yeah, Antonio Shelton had a huge hit, or actually 2 huge hits. He broke up a key pass. He had 8 tackles, a quarterback sack. I mean, he was a real factor. I'll throw his name in there. I'm going to throw this guy's name in there because he's not on the stat sheet in a big way, but he had pressure all over Phillips all night long, and that's Robertson. I thought he played a great game, even though he's not going to be deep on the stat chart. Weston Monson had a tremendous second half, and the last couple of drives, he was a major factor. He was a factor for the offense all night long, but he was a major factor in the outcome of the offense in the last couple of drives. And then Matea also with a lot of good hits. And then Stevens, I'm going to throw Stevens in there too, mainly because he missed on that one long run. He bit, and the quarterback got outside of him and goes 75 the other way. But he didn't stop playing, didn't get his head down. He came back, and he showed out in the second half. 6 tackles and gets a quarterback sack, and that sack was maybe the biggest defensive play other than the interception.
Well, I agree, because that led to a punt.
Yes.
That led to a score that gave Benton a 2-score lead.
That's exactly right.
And when you look back to one of the real it's hard to say a turning point play on defense when you give up 680 yards. But that play was huge in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, it sure was.
So, all right, who did we pick there? We kind of –
Well, I would say this. You can look at Weston and you can look at Antonio, and those are kind of the 2 guys that are going to lead the tackle chart almost week in and week out. That's kind of the way our defense is designed. But the kid that I think stood out the most with his motor, the energy, some of the biggest moments and plays in the game on defense happened because of Connor Stevens. And I would vote Connor Stevens as the defensive player of the game.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. Josh has joined us up here in unanimous agreement. So we'll go Drew Davis on offense, Connor Stevens on defense, and about 1 million honorable mentions tonight. The offensive line, John Curtis Barger, Poots 3 touchdowns. Can't overlook Gabe Wilbur kicking it in the end zone and being just automatic on PATs. Truly a team win tonight for the Benton Panthers, Terry.
And these are unofficial tackles, of course, but shout out to Weston Monson, who probably went over the 100 tackle for this game.
Absolutely. So, all right, final comments tonight, Justin.
Yeah, this was a complete team win. It took everybody probably on the roster to get this thing done, from the preparation of practice to the last interception that kind of sealed the deal. This is a team, I think, from the very beginning of the year that I've felt very strongly about. I don't think, growing up, the senior class has been one that people have put on a pedestal. I think they've have to earn and fight for everything that they've gotten so far. And I think you can see the maturity, the growth, and just a willingness to continue to fight in this group. And it excites me, and I'm really, really looking forward to the matchup and the opportunity and the privilege to be able to go to Greenwood and play them at their place. So.
Well said. It is an opportunity and a privilege that awaits the Panthers next week, Terry.
Absolutely. Long road trip. that I'm excited about. So excited, I'm not even going to get to duck hunt next Saturday, right?
Yeah.
It really is an opportunity to play the best.
Yeah.
Greenwood has been number one in 6A all the way through. And there's only one way to be a state champion, and that's to beat them.
Yep.
And we're going to get an opportunity to go play them, and I'm excited about that opportunity. I think it's going to be a great football game.
I agree. Nothing I'd rather do than drive Highway 10 to Greenwood on the Black Friday. That's what we're going to do next Friday night as the Panthers will go to Greenwood. But before that, it is the annual Thanksgiving practice and breakfast on Thursday. Practice will begin at 8 o'clock, breakfast at 9 o'clock, and all Panther fans are invited to come and watch the Panthers as they put their final preparation on a state semifinal matchup next Friday with perennial powerhouse Greenwood. There is no Panther Live this coming week due to the Thanksgiving holidays, but we do want to encourage you to come out Thanksgiving morning. Again, practice at 8, followed by breakfast at 9. Another outstanding effort tonight by our M&M Productions team. Matt Johnson produced. Will Tracy directed. Zach Brown was our audio man tonight. Chase Bowden and Evan Garrett on cameras. For Terry Benham, Josh Monson, and Justin Ray, I'm Jim Gardner. Thank you so much for joining us tonight for Benton Fighting Panther football. And remember, today and every day is a great day to be a Benton Fighting Panther. Again, tonight's final score from the Palace: Benton 63, Mountain Home 49. Until we greet you next Friday night in a state semifinal game at Greenwood, good night, God bless, and go Benton.